station, boys and girls. It's time for Blame and Fable and his amazing friends.
This is Fable from One Collection Down.
Yeah.
I started One Collection Down as a way to share my love for comics and pop culture. But I also started it so I could seek out like-minded people who love the things I loved. This community is everything. It's changed my life.
Blame Fable, blame Nick, blame the brother, that's Joe. Blame Stu for the jewels as we stick to the code. PCP Army Bad Batch, this one's for the bros and the ones that paid the way for everything that we know. Figgy Friday is a vibe, let me put you on game. Don't forget to throw your sets on Saturday with the game. A lot of things that cover remark if you're drawing a blank. Cover A's and variants, man, we one of the same. Gotta read between the lines, all the things we can handle. We should talk about art while we look through the panels. Wanna talk about smarts, are we taking the channels? Dr. Strange, Dr. Doom, how we holding the candle. Either way, the sorcerer supreme. Backlog bros, we do this for the team. Spread love, that's part of the regime. Every day is a movie, we just trying to peep the scene. Have discussions about the things that we seen. Real nice, but our comic game is mean. So come kick it with your boy, we got amazing friends. A call away, all you gotta do is station in. What a great event, stay tuned as we grow. And stick around to the next episode.
Station, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Blame Fable and his amazing friends with Nick and Stu. How's everybody doing tonight, man? I am so glad to be back. It's been a minute. Man, we have a great show tonight, but without further ado, please help me welcome Brother Joe.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to give this tune the justin it deserves. But with that being said, oh, I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. We know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on. I loved you endlessly when you weren't there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone. I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I just want to see you out the door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't want to be a fool for you. Just another player in the game of two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. I said, you may hate me, baby, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing.
The Brother Joe cut. I love that, man. That was so good.
But your wish is my command.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much, man.
You,
definitely wanted to play that, about what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get into all that, man, welcome everybody to Blame Fable and his amazing friends. I hope everybody had a great week. It's finally time to cap off the long week with a great chat with all our friends about all the crazy stuff that happened at SDCC and the movie that just dropped, the bomb that just dropped in the box office. But before we get into all that, of course, I'd like to say what is going on, my brother Nick, Comic Culture. How have you been?
I've been doing good, dude. It's been a long week and coming off a doubleheader, man. We're going into a doubleheader right now. So we just came from Pop Culture Philosophers are the best comics of the month. So yeah, dude, we're all revved up and warmed up and ready to go, man. But always glad to be here with the homies and hang out, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Hell yeah, we got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a great night tonight, brother Joe. How have you been, my brother?
Hey. Why even ask? You know. I mean, if you don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you know. I'm living. How much higher can I get after pulling an all-nighter figuring out this damn song for you? Now, because I did the Amazing Clientele on Wednesday, all my effort went to that song, went to that tune. So, what was I going to do for you? I was gonna fade back, throw a long pass, and sing. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, the Modern Stone Age family.
What the hell's going
hey.
on?
From the
Say,
town of
say,
Bedrock, there's a place right out of history.
Oh God.
But no, you wanted something outside the box.
hey, listen, man, you got to save those feet for OnlyFans, man. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna get some super chats now. This is gonna be
Hey,
great.
hey.
Oh, I'm
Shit.
glad you think we're big enough to get super chats. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
You know, once you open that bottle, you let the genie out, and then, like I say, hey, artist discretion. Shit. You know me. You know me.
Well, man, glad that you guys were able to join me tonight. We got a bunch of the brothers coming in to join us to talk about all the stuff, man. And hey, let's just start bringing them out right now. Let's get
Bring 'em
right
on
into this
now.
thing. Hell yeah. So first up, I'd like to bring out one of my brothers, of course. I'm talking about Big Herm.
The big man.
Station,
The
yo!
big man.
What's up, dude?
What up? I'm hyped up. It's the summer. We're partying right here. There's a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get this show started. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Big Herm, for joining us, brother. How was your week this week?
Oh, it was very hot, very muggy, very nasty, it's disgusting. But we don't need to talk about that. The best part of the week is here right now. I'm with you guys, and we're gonna talk a lot of pop culture stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm like, yo, yo,
Oh shit! Let the rails come off.
All right, my brother. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, bro. Let's bring out our next guest. I'm talking about the missing link.
Holy shit!
Hey, shit.
Well,
Oh yeah.
What's up, man?
How you been, brother?
Good. It's been a week.
The strongest link of the bunch you're talking about. Look at this chain.
Of course, my brother Link just came off his 1-year anniversary of doing the show Supreme Clientele, man. I am so proud of you, brother. What a great show.
So good.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for
Yes.
letting me do what I do.
Oh, you aced it, brother Joe. You impressed me. That was another highlight of the week. Yeah. You did come.
Oh, well, thanks again, my brother, for joining us tonight, man. It's going to be interesting because the next guy I'm bringing out, I think you guys are going to have some differing opinions on some of the things we're going to talk about later. But of course, I'm talking about my big bro who just came off the monthly comic book review with my brother Nick. I'm talking about Rockin' Robbie Billups.
And I don't want the world to see me, because I don't think that they'd understand. What is up, everybody? Happy
Hey, shit. What is going on, Rockin' Robbie? How was your week, brother? Well, first, awesome interview with Declan Shalvey earlier, man.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. But yeah, brother, how was your week, man?
Oh, the week was great, man. I had a solid week at work, solid week with my loved ones, feeling the love, sharing the love, doing what I do, reading comics, watching movies, and getting ready to talk about them, and getting ready to talk with this mofo over there. And Herm, how many Pepsis have you had, man? You got a lot of energy right now, man. Love it.
I already had mine. You know what I mean? I'm at water now. I got to calm down.
Yeah.
Herm's been cut off.
Well, thanks again for joining me, Robbie. I know you're just pulling double duty right now, you and Nick, and I appreciate it, my brother. Hell yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let me bring out our next guest. And this gentleman, is voting still open for CBC?
A couple more days, yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Guys, if you haven't voted for Best New Show, I strongly urge you to vote for this next brother. I'm talking about 9 Panel Greg.
Station. Dude, that's so kind. Thank you for mentioning that nomination. But like most importantly, we've talked about best hair, we've talked about best hands. but we haven't talked about best feet. And I think that Joe right now tonight has proven nominate Joe for best feet in the comic book community at cbcaawards.org.
We don't need to
Even
put
had
any
the
more shine on Joe
Flintstones.
right now. Yeah, he's just trying to put some light on his OnlyFans page. We all know that.
That's true.
Links
I
in
said no.
I
But no.
was just gonna say the new kid on the block come out hot and heavy with both guns blazing and shit. So hey, keep it up, Eric. Keep it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you haven't
Joe.
voted for CBC, man, go check out my brother E. He has a great new channel reviewing comic books every Monday morning, man. He's doing a fantastic job, and his views are going up. His subs are going up. Please consider him for best new channel on the Comic Book Community Awards, man. But E, how's your week been, brother?
My week has been a lot better within the last, we'll say, 2 hours, man. It's been a build up to this, and now I'm ready. Now I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I'm glad my Tootsies did that for you, Eric.
Oh, best in the community.
That was
You
great.
But
made
of
me
course, thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. So let's say what's up to our beautiful, amazing friends in the chat, man. First up, we got our brother, John, Comics with Kids in the building station. What is going on, John? Hope you're having a great night, brother. We're going to get into some stuff. Next up, we got my brother, John Stout, man. I haven't seen that guy in a while. John,
Mr.
station.
Stout.
Hell yeah,
Mr.
how
Stout,
are
the
you?
man.
Oh yeah. We got our brother Tacky 616 in the house station. What is going on, Tacky? We
The
got
great
our
one.
brother, the great one. We got our brother Rogue collecting in the building station. Rogue, how are you tonight, man? Hell yeah. We got the creator, director of the Bad Batch and Herm's better half, Maria Reyes.
Oh,
building.
Maria.
Station. Oh, you saw the hearts? That was so
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Fucking Herm's a magician. What the
That's freaking awesome. Oh, she said hi, station,
I'm like
everybody.
Thanos right now. Impossible.
We got our Bad Batch brother, Bobby Della Ghetto in
The
the
man,
building.
the man.
Go ahead, Herm. Go ahead, Herm.
Hardcore Station.
Yeah.
No.
We got our brother Nostalgic Addicts in the building. Station. What is going on, Nostalgic Addicts? How are you, my brother? Hell yeah. We got our sister from another mister and soon to be on Horror Fest 2024. Inja Binja in the building station. What is going on, Ninja? Hope you're having a great night. Hope you all are having a great night, man. Kick back, get your drink, get your smoke, whatever you're into, and let's have some fun. We got our brother, the
Queen is in
KC
the
brother,
house.
Beckerman in the building
Beckerman.
station. How are you guys, man? So many good people already joining us. Let me see who else we got. Oh,
Beckerman.
we got
Beckerman. Tell these people 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He knows what that means. He knows what that means.
It's got to be some Kansas City reference.
I thought it was an NSYNC reference.
We got the troublemaker in the building, man. My brother, Two Gun Pedro in the house. Oh yeah, what is going on, Two Gun? Happy to have you tonight, man. So many great people. Let me see who else we got. We got our brother, Chop and Drop in the house station. What is going on, Chop? How are you, my brother? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Cable, I think that guy likes me.
Chop?
Yeah, he's always hitting me up on Facebook. I'm on Instagram all the time, but it folds over to Facebook, and he's the only bro that likes whatever the hell I do.
Hey, Chop is a great supporter in the community, man. Awesome dude, man. Hell yeah. Thanks for joining us, Chop. He said all the amazing peeps on the panel. Hell yeah, my brother. We got our brother, friend of the show, Comics with Bueller in the house.
Oh, big
They
Bueller.
a bunch of nerds,
Bu-
my
Bueller.
type of people. Hell yeah. Hey, there we go.
Fable's a magician too.
I want that.
What's going on?
Where's my shit?
You gotta be
Wait
part of
for
the
him to open up a
Apple
portal.
cult
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
We got also our brother Warren Smith in the house. Station Warren, Mr. Anthropic on IG. Thanks for joining us, my brother. Hell yeah. Joe only has one setting in Joe. Yeah, no shit. No shit, Becker, man. Oh, man.
That setting is crunk, and it goes to 11.
Oh, man. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. Of course, we wanted to do this show to talk about all the stuff that happened at SDCC. Bunch of announcements, bunch of cool stuff that happened, stuff that was so cool. I said, Nick, I got to do a show. I can't be on hiatus because we're supposed to be on hiatus right now. We're not even supposed to be doing this show.
Yeah.
I got a whole show planned.
He pulled me out of the off season, and I'm like, shit. All right, we gotta dust off the.
Don't pull a hammy.
Saddle up.
Wait, do you guys look? Every time Fable says that, I hear this little tune in the background.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're all sitting in the front seat.
I want to get out. Yeah, don't sit in the front seat.
Don't get in the
whatever
front
you
seat.
do.
You guys are crazy.
Or going fishing like Fredo did.
Yeah. No toll booths, no fishing. Yeah.
Spoilers, brother Joe. Come on.
We also plan on having my brother Dr. Doom's fan club Stu joining us, but he's currently stuck at work, but he's on his way back home, so hopefully he'll get to hop on the stream in a little while here.
That's a little teaser. That's a little teaser for you all.
Oh yeah.
Stay
So, Brother
tuned.
Joe, question for you: are you hanging with us
Easter egg.
tonight, or what are you
Hell
doing?
no.
Fuck out of here then. All right.
We're talking about SmackDown's over, bro. Joe's okay.
We're not paying you overtime. Get out of here.
Gentlemen,
Might as
you have
well.
a great show. Look, you got quite a hell of a panel here tonight. So it's a star-studded show, and I'm glad I could do my part. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm dipping out all weekend because as Herm knows, I got a big summer slam and all this crap going on. Now, right now, for my little community, I'm going to put on my clown makeup and go downstairs because we have a monthly birthday party for everybody that lives in my apartment complex, no matter what day it's on.
Oh yeah.
So I put on my makeup and go down there and entertain for about 20, 30 minutes. And that's what I do, gentlemen. That's what I do. Hey, like, just, your wish is my command. To say the word. I feel like you ain't never had a friend like me.
There you go. Brother Joe.
That's a good brother
Love that
Joe,
guy,
man.
man.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. All right, man.
I remember the first time I ever met this dude. I pop into a stream. He's a clown, like literally. And I was just like, and then y'all like, no, he's a clown.
No, he's just
Good.
And I felt so bad because before I found out he was a clown, I used to say how much clowns used to scare the shit out of me. I'm like, I hate fucking clowns.
He shows up on your channel.
And that's what he does. I'm like, oh no, I feel so terrible. But guys, man, you know why we're all gathered here today? Like I said earlier, we wanted to talk about all the SDCC stuff. But before we get into that, a certain movie dropped last week, man. Of course, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, man. Probably one of the biggest movies to drop in a long time as far as comic book movies are concerned. And just a big movie of the year, period, man, because I'm looking up some stats here. And this thing is already at 782 million globally. And it's supposed to surpass 360 or 70 million this weekend, bringing the total up to past $1 billion in 1 week, man.
I called that shit too. Like I'm saying, watch me go over this whole year. I'm like, this is gonna make over $1 billion. It's gonna come very close to 2. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. At this rate, absolutely. It already surpassed part two, Deadpool 2. It
Oh yeah.
surpassed that. Let me see. I
Two was
got some
amazing.
other stats. I got some other stats here. Hold on. It's the sixth biggest domestic opening of all time amongst any film. That's something.
Wow.
That's huge. Yeah.
It's the fourth biggest Hollywood superhero opening. So the fourth biggest opening for a superhero movie, period. That's pretty big. It's the biggest R-rated opening both domestically and globally. So number one R-rated film ever of all time, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the biggest July opening of all time domestically. So biggest movie ever opened in this month or last month rather.
And that's
I'm
huge
glad
because they
I'm
usually
glad
say that's summer blockbuster, right?
Yeah,
Steph?
like
Is that what
think
you're
of
saying?
all those Will Smith 4th of
Right.
July type movies, right?
Yeah. Independence Day, all that stuff.
Wild Wild West.
And didn't Joker hold like the highest opening for R-rated film? I'm so
Yeah.
glad it.
Oh, really?
That's
Wow.
so yeah.
Yeah,
Joker is
broke Joker
overrated.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Well, Joker, I think made. I have a list here. This is both domestically and globally. Joker was at 96 million. It 123 million. These are R-rated movies. Deadpool 2 125 million. Deadpool 1 132 million.
That's
Deadpool and Wolverine $211.4 million.
Crushed
Man.
it. Crushed it.
Crushed it. Surpassed it by $80 million.
That's
So
nuts.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Hats off,
movie
bro.
was well, like, what do you call it? Leaked, right? Like we were getting set photos for months. People were talking about the damn costume when they saw the set leak photo for the
Cameos.
costume. Yeah, so it had a lot of hype going into it. So I guess my first question for all of you, and tonight we're doing freestyle. We're not doing a roundtable discussion. So anybody feel free to jump in with their thoughts on this. But my question to the panel, and of course everybody in the chat, is what did you think, man? Did this thing exceed? Did it meet your expectations, man? Is this something that when you saw, you're like, yes, this is what I'm talking about? Or was it like, that was pretty good? Anybody want to jump in? Go ahead, guys.
I love it. I think they kind of Feige was doing some misdirection. He kind of was like comparing it to like Endgame and Infinity War before it came out. I don't think it's on those levels, but I think it's a very solid movie. That's what Marvel needed. It just needed a win, and this is a win. So it was great. Great action. You got some iconic moments. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have great chemistry together, so they were just on fire together. It was fun. That's what they needed.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else love it?
I thought it was all right. I only saw it like 3 times, so I thought it was Man,
He has to grow on you.
Yeah, it's just right off the bat. You got the NSYNC song. You know what I'm saying? You got him totally dancing just like NSYNC, like a mere image. Like you seen people like put NSYNC and him, and he's just like them. I love Ryan Reynolds, man. He puts his heart in his movie, especially this one, which it took a long time for him to get the first one off. People didn't take him serious, and look at that. He got the third movie and going to $1 billion. You know what I mean? And it made you laugh. It made you want to cry sometimes. There were little moments. So you're like, oh, the part with the damn dog. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll get to our favorite cameos and scenes. I definitely want to talk about that. But just did it meet your expectations? I mean, it certainly met mine. And to be honest with you, I didn't have high expectations. You know what I mean?
Really?
Because I didn't.
Wow.
I mean, Deadpool is not my favorite character. If anything, I'm going into this for Hugh Jackman. Totally for Hugh Jackman, to be honest with you.
Sure.
But I didn't know it was going to be one of my favorite MCU movies, man. Came out of this thing with like, oh, wait a minute, this thing is freaking amazing. I all homages in this thing. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever wrote this thing or thought of it, they really freaking did their homework, and they were really trying to pay off some fan service. But it wasn't just fan service either. It had a touching story in there too that I really felt. You know, the whole Wolverine arc and stuff like that. I thought was fantastic. But yeah, totally exceeded my expectations.
Five people wrote this movie, by the way. Zeb Wells being one of them, who's shitting all over Amazing Spider-Man right now. But this movie was really good. Did it live up to the hype? For sure. Right? Now, I never bought completely into the hype because, like you, I'm not really a Deadpool fan. Yeah. And at this point in my life, I don't feel like I'm an MCU fan right now. Like, I'm not an MCU fan currently of their current stuff. You know what I'm saying? Deadpool agrees with me. In the movie, he goes, miss after miss after miss. Come on. So, like, I've seen this movie twice. I don't do that a lot, right? But I went and saw it Sunday on my own so I could cover it on Rock and Robbie Live. And then I went again on Wednesday night with basically my family, you know, and we all loved it. Everybody was laughing. And every time I went Sunday morning at an IMAX showing at 10 a.m. There's no way that theater's going to be full. Not in the theater I go to, which usually I'm going to a movie with like 10 other people, right? Like not with me, but just in the theater total. That theater was packed at 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Then we went at 7 on a Wednesday night, and it was packed, just as packed, the same IMAX theater. It's making money. People are going. Mike, the voice Matthews, messaged me on Tuesday, hey, I'm checking out Deadpool and Wolverine. Our AMC is out of cups and 90% out of all their snacks. Because they weren't anticipating it. So it's living up to the hype. They wanted this movie to make $1 billion. It might make $2 billion, right?
Yeah.
It's that big of a deal. Yeah. But I'm not necessarily a Deadpool fan, but I do love the Deadpool movies, right? And I loved the movie. I thought it was great. Like, I went into there and I was just like, let's have fun. Let's do it. On my review that's up on my channel right now, I said that my one big nitpick was like, maybe there's some plot holes. Some things don't make sense, but the first act kind of started a little bit slow. Took a while for it to really get going for me. On my second watch, it did not take that long to get going. I was into it, right? So I really loved it. I'm very surprised. I gave it a 4 out of 5 when I did my review, and I anticipated that would actually drop down because a lot of it's like when I first saw Spider-Man No Way Home, I was really into it.
Good comparison.
But then you look at the movie and you're like, it's not that great. You know, I mean, it's okay, it's fun, you know, but it's good. But no, Deadpool and Wolverine's really good because what it does do is it knows what the audience wants.
Yes.
Right? And that's something that Marvel has not understood for a few years at this point. But Ryan Reynolds knows what the audience wants. And he even made peace with someone to make something happen for me in this movie. And I really appreciate that. So I love it. And you're right, Hugh Jackman. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Go ahead.
Just the timing of that person, because a movie was just covered very recently.
I know, right? It was very, like we didn't even know, right? But no, I you're right though. Hugh Jackman, his performance. Now I know we all love Logan. I get it. We're all like the fucking stands at the TVA at the beginning of this film, watching Logan die. Man, I think this is his best performance as Wolverine.
There you go, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Vic, my brother, what did you think, man? Did this exceed your expectations?
Yeah, it did. I knew this was going to be hilarious. I knew we were going to have a great time. I didn't have faith in, like, didn't they kind of advertise this movie as like the starting point of the recorrection of the MCU and how shitty it's been, like as far as like I don't know, like focus maybe, or how to reel it back in so it's a little bit more grounded. I think I'm making that all up, but like I don't know if it did that, but it did introduce a new concept in this movie. I don't think we want to get into too many spoilers, but there's a new concept in this movie that they introduce, and I think they're going to really lean into that in future projects. And I think we're going to lean into that going into the Doom stuff too. I think Doom is going to be aware of this new phenomenon that we unpack in this movie, and I think he's going to try to take advantage of that. And at least that's what I'm hearing some of the rumors about. So that's gonna be really cool. But like, I saw it in AMC theater and a Big D theater because that's like the best screen I have within 5 miles of my house, and it was amazing. Everything else, that was a first come, first serve seating. Most stuff you can like pick your own seat, like if you go a little bit further away, bigger theaters. And when I got there about 45 minutes early to meet up with some friends and get drinks and stuff like that. There was already a line forming outside the door to get that seat because it's first come, first serve. By the time the movie started and we were all trying to get into there, that line was down into the lobby, and it was incredible. And the staff was like, oh shit, we got to like rope these people around. Like they knew it was going to be big, but like to all you guys' point, like it was sold out practically everywhere. You can like pre-order it and like pick your seat. It was incredible. It was incredible. I love the affection that this movie's getting, and it's well deserved. It's really, really funny, really well done.
Oh, yeah.
Great cameos, great action, great fights. Holy shit. And it was just really, really well done.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you said the magic word though. You said the word Doom. So let me bring in my brother, Dr. Dooms.
Hey,
Segue.
gang. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Stu?
Stu, so the
What's
monthly
going on?
comic book review was too sexy for you to show up. So I
I
guess
know.
Greg was the factor there,
I said,
right?
look, it's going to be like give or take 3 minutes before he says something. Oh, you're too good for me.
Not even 2 or 3 seconds, right?
I love you, fucker. Yeah, I would have been there. Shit, it was a day, man. I've had a day. It's so good to, so good to be here with y'all.
Hell yeah, glad to have you, brother. I know you've been working hard, man. But I'm glad you could come hang out with us tonight,
Likewise,
man.
bro. Glad to be here.
We were just talking about, did this movie exceed? Did it meet your expectations? Did it fall below your expectations? What do you think?
I would say it met my expectations. I saw it last night. I want to echo what y'all said in the theater, man. I watched, dude, I felt bad for Homeboy last night. He was with this girl, and it had to be the first or second date, right? And I guess he didn't realize that everybody had bought tickets for most of the seats in the theater. And he kept... they kept getting into a couple seats, and then they would get bounced out by people who had actually bought those seats when they came in. It happened to him 3 times before he finally got settled. So I felt bad for my man. But yeah, dude, it was a great theater experience. I feel like that's important with movies like this. I laughed my ass off. It wasn't everything I wanted as far as plot wise, and I don't know where we're going with some of these multiversal stories and how we're like leaning on these characters sometimes a little bit too much, but regardless, man, this one had me laughing so much, dude. What was the alternate Deadpool with the golden hoop earring and oh my god, I like when Homeboy left us in that glorious final scene, I lost my shit. I was literally like gasping for air. That was
well. I hope that's not your favorite scene, because we're definitely going to get into favorite cameos and favorite scenes in a minute.
How long does it take you to regenerate?
Regenerate. Oh no,
it's so perfect. But yeah, man, that was to me the shining star and I agree with what Robbie and others had to say about Hugh, man. His performance in this was next level. You thought what he gave us in Logan was one thing, but what he was able to like find here, like I just love his insidious laugh when spoilers, guys, but when Johnny Storm gets murked, like I just love like the alternate like persona he had in this, and how he was more like really raw and cut against the world than we were used to seeing. And I thought he really carried that over really well.
How spoilery are we supposed to get here tonight?
Oh, this is full spoiler. I'm sorry, I didn't even.
My bad, guys. My bad.
Tuning in.
Wait, Eric, have you seen this movie yet? You haven't seen this movie yet.
Oh, and here's where I gotta like take the heat off of Stu for coming, not showing up to another show. I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, Eric hasn't seen this movie yet.
I'm here. No.
My bad, dude.
All the juicy tidbits, the spoilers, because so I love that stuff.
I'm just like walking into this party blind with like 3 beers.
I didn't, bro, and I didn't even realize.
I assumed everybody had watched it myself, but this is definitely full spoiler, so don't worry about it. I'm sorry, E-Man.
Yeah, so
if you want to bounce out,
no, spoil me. I'm here to be spoiled.
I was cut off because I was.
Is this a bit, Eric?
No, I straight up haven't seen it.
You fucking haven't seen this movie?
I haven't seen it. It's been a fucking week, okay?
What the fuck are you here for? Did Fable not give you a rundown or something?
And I'm
I feel
fight. You're gonna throw down pretty soon, so
Yeah.
We're over.
So anyway, guys, love this one. Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was awesome.
4 out of 5 for me.
It does not have the Human Torch in it at all.
No, why would he be in it?
Captain America, maybe.
All right. Well, talking about Human Torch and Captain America, all that stuff. I want to know, guys, what is your favorite cameo or scene or both, man? This thing had amazing sequences, I believe. And it had some of the coolest cameos I've ever seen in any of these kind of movies. To your point, Stu, with the whole where are we going with this multiversal thing, I think this thing took the multiversal thing and turned it into a running joke. Like, they ran it into the floor, and it was hilarious when they were doing it. So, man, anybody could pop this thing off. Favorite character?
I'll start. I don't want anybody to steal mine. But first of all, this should be the end of the multiversal shit. Like honestly,
Secret Wars,
bro.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. They're gonna reset the entire universe.
That's fine, but I mean, like, okay, maybe right, whatever.
But it's not going to be Channing Tatum and the Gambit.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
These cameos, like, who you don't think based off this reaction they won't go out of their way to get Tobey Maguire for Secret Wars and Hugh Jackman?
They will. They're going to take the wrong lesson from this movie. However, this sword is the Blade sword. It's not the sword he uses in the movie, but it's Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade. Okay. So when I watched this movie on Sunday morning, I'm watching it and I'm in a theater full of people. Fucking Wesley shows up. Well, first Jennifer Garner shows up, right? As Elektra, and then Wesley comes up right behind her. He's got this fucking badass like white soul patch thing going on, and then I literally shriek. I go, hee! I just like I get so excited, and nobody else said anything. I was like ahead of the curve. It's like almost like I could like sense it coming, dude. Him coming up was great, and like, oh my god, like him and Ryan Reynolds didn't like each other when they didn't make that movie Blade Trinity, which never came out, right? Like, if they would have made that movie, they would have hated each other, right? And that would have been a big thing that both would have been talking shit about each other for years afterwards. Just the fact that he's here is great. And then he comes in and he looks at Deadpool and goes, I don't like you. And then he goes, you never did. Right? That's fucking funny. When he first comes up, he goes, I thought you were retired. He goes, retarded.
That's my favorite line.
and then the other line, dude, bringing it back. The great bit
retired.
The great bit is a very prophetic line where he goes, there's only ever been one Blade. Only there will be one Blade.
Only will.
We know that there's a Blade movie allegedly on the way, but no, Wesley knows what's up. There will only ever be one fucking Blade. Aside from Sticky Fingers, we got to give him some props. But seeing Blade fucking blew me away. He was badass. My only problem is why he's got this like 12-inch fucking sword. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watched it the second time, because I watched it twice, I pulled a Verno. Not quite a fucking Herm 3 times. Jesus. All right, but like there is a moment where you see like a rack of swords, and when he comes in, he goes to it and he picks his. And I need to I can't wait till it's on Blu-ray and I can like freeze frame it and see if this fucking sword is on there. Because the Blade sword is one of my favorite swords in all of cinema, and I wish I would have gotten to see that really in the movie. But aside from that, it was great. This motherfucker got stabbed through the chest. I don't think he died.
He's got a healing factor.
Blade was the best. I'll leave the funniest to the rest of y'all. There were 2 that were funny. Stu already spoiled one that was super fucking funny to me, but there's another one that just cracked me the fuck up. And Magic Mike will talk about that one. Anyway,
before you guys continue though, let me just address the chat real quick because we had some people come in. Of course, people wanted to say whether they exceeded their expectations. I totally forgot to go to them. But first, let me see. Inja said, hold on. Let me grab a shot real quick before Steph and Robbie start. She knows what's going on. Chop and Job said, Brother Joe, the legend, the myth, the GOAT. Have a great evening and weekend, brother. Absolutely. We love Brother Joe around here. Oh, yeah. We got our brother John Comics with Kids. Did I say what's up to him? If I didn't, Station, my brother.
What up, John?
Thanks for hanging us. Yeah, hell yeah. I think Nick, Eric, and Robbie have the same lighting coordinator. Yes, they do.
you should put us all on the same level, and see how that works.
We're in the same room, John. That's funny.
Hey, yo.
They planned it like wearing the same shirt but different. We got our brother Dismay Comics in the house saying Deadpool and Wolverine was a good movie. Don't think it quite lived up to the hype. So there you go. We got somebody who felt didn't live up to the hype completely, but still had a fun time. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't sugarcoat this stuff. Dismay is wrong. We can all acknowledge that.
You're wrong, man.
It's the best time you'll have in a theater right now. Like, clearly, it was hilarious, and the crowd was all about it, man. Like, people were clapping and cheering and shit. Like, it was great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro, the close credits after. Come on, bro, with the behind the scenes footage.
Oh,
that
God,
was such a little swan.
Bro, that was the moment I was about to fucking cry, dude.
Yeah.
I saw this movie by myself. I hate seeing movies by myself. I can do it, but it's been a while, and I had to do it, you know. And I think my experience was that much better for it because it felt
no. Tell them what you said. You said it was magical.
It was magical. It was very magical.
I'm glad you
was,
did that on
man.
PCP movie night then for it, man. That means a lot, actually.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That makes me feel a lot better about you and me right now. So
Warren said Godzilla -1 was good, and just said, Warren, we aren't talking about Godzilla.
But he's not wrong.
Yeah, not wrong. Yeah.
No,
I mean, I don't think anybody said this movie's better than Godzilla -1. Okay, but that was last year.
I did.
I will.
We got my brother Brave Comics in the house. Station, what is going on, Brave? How are you, man? We got my brother Primetime Tom in the building. Station Tom, how are you, my brother? He said that was one wild roller coaster ride. Hell yeah, absolutely, man. DJ Wise in the building. Station Wise, how are you? Stopping in for hellos and leaving silently because I still haven't seen the movie yet. Damn, you're not alone, E.
Neither am I.
You're crazy, bro. You're
bad,
an unusual.
My bad. I feel bad.
Me too. I had no idea he didn't see this movie, but he was looking
He's such a jackass. I just came in like a bull in a challenge. Hey, Stu, what do you think about this movie? Well, let me tell you guys. And he's just like,
Stu let me go on for like a 15-minute tangent on the movie the other day. He hadn't even seen it. Then afterwards, you know, he's like, "Yeah, I haven't seen it yet." And I had to, like I told you guys, I had to backtrack, and I was like, "Oh my god, what did I do? Anything too revealing?" Sit there and go on, you know. You guys gotta know ahead of time. You guys crazy.
Yeah. Tom said, makes me wonder if Loki, God of Stories, was aware of what was going on in the movie. Hey, pretty sure.
He should. Yeah.
And he also said, I was bummed the merchandise at the theaters was sold out so fast. Me too, Tom. I wanted one of those Wolverine popcorn buckets. That shit was gone. There was a guy there that was negotiating with one of the workers there, and he's like, "You don't got nothing? You don't got anything?"
Wow.
He said, "He's like, if we have something, it's probably damaged." He was like, "Okay, I'll take a dip."
How many people right now are getting blowies from that Wolverine popcorn?
Oh my god!
Yo,
it's not big enough. It's not a big enough opening.
It's weird. I've seen a lot of people do that, taking pictures of that. You know, there's a weird sexual kinks fetishes going on with that.
I only did it once. I didn't mean.
Yeah, Nick.
I hear you, Nick. Nick's trying to be low key with it. I hear you, Nick.
And you said Stu just coming in like a wrecking bomb on us.
I got to maintain appearances.
Stu comes in here, he's like Gambit, Electro, Blade, Johnny Storm, fucking Bill Clinton.
Brave said 9-panel rocking on an alternate version of that work shirt from the show Bear. There you go. He was ready.
This is
Oh, Maria. Okay. There's a spoiler for you, E. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I take the cards and I make them go boom.
All right, so the chat's already getting to their favorite scenes and cameos and all that stuff. So we left off with Rocket Robbie. Anybody want to jump in with their favorite character, scene, whatever?
Anytime Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool were fighting, like when they first fucking duked it out, and then towards the end when Hugh Jackman put on the goddamn mask and he like jumps through, like just eye candy. Like you can't help but enjoy that shit. It was badass. A favorite line though was when Blade comes out and he's like, "Oh, I thought you were retarded," and he's like, "Retarded," you know, and he's like, "Retarded," you know. I thought that was.
Oh yeah.
My favorite line in the movie, by the way, is Wolverine to Deadpool when he goes, "He was killed by murder, you dumb fuck." Like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me do one more thing. When they're in the car and he's like, Logan starts going in on the tangent. He's like, it's a fucking joke that you can't die. But the sad thing is the joke's on us. And he's like, Wade looks at him. He's like, I'm gonna fight you now. You know, and they get into that whole
10-minute battle.
His look of surprise when he punches him, dude. That whole fight. That whole fight, that's like, I think that might be my favorite superhero movie fight ever, is the fight in the Honda Odyssey. And the way it ends with like Wolverine asleep and Deadpool wrapped up in the fucking seatbelts. Like,
I love how he explained it too. I love how he explained it. It was like, this is a Honda Odyssey. This was supposed to be the competition.
That scene happened and like it cut to the next, and my wife turned to me and she's like, "How many seatbelts was that?"
All of them.
That's the sex scene in the movie, by the way. I don't know if y'all caught on to that, but that's kind of like the whole point, I think. But that's them like, are you ready here to fight or fuck? I'm not saying that they actually. I'm not saying they had sex. I'm just saying that's the equivalent of the sex scene.
Yeah.
My favorite. I'll go. My favorite part, like there's a lot. There's so many, like, but my favorite part is obviously Chris Evans when he shows up. Amen. And everybody's thinking one thing. And he's all happy. He's like, yeah. You see, and then he's like, flame on. He's like, what?
What?
What about that post credits though, man? Right?
Yeah.
That's
so funny.
I mean,
and you can quote me.
It was a waste of the post credit, but it was fucking hilarious.
It was so good.
Like it's not setting up anything.
It was gonna be like that. If you watch Deadpool movies, you know those end credits not gonna mean anything for other future movies. It's just him clowning around. So that's the point of it, you know, with him. But also in that scene, my favorite part was like Deadpool like looks at Wolverine, they're ready to fight Sabretooth. Right? He's like, oh, you can't look like that. He takes all his swords.
I've been waiting for 20 years for this battle.
This is gonna be epic. And then he chops his head off just off the bat right there. This epic freaking fight.
Yo, speaking of epic fight, when Wolverine's running at Wade on all fours in their first fight, bro, like that shit was dope. I want to see more Wolverine fighting like that. Like
first time we ever saw Hugh Jackman actually act like comic book Wolverine, like the way he would crouch down. And all that shit. And then like, dude, the Johnny Storm. So when he dies, you know, like Deadpool outs him for talking all this shit. The second time I watch it, you realize that because at first you buy the bit, you think that Deadpool's just saying this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the end credits reveal that he did say this shit and more. And I love it when he's like, "This dude, you think I'm good at shit talking?" This fucking But right before it happens, when I watch it the second time, right before it happens, Wolverine looks at me and goes, "No, don't." Like, and it's funny because like I didn't even notice that the first time.
Oh, he was like, "Don't run away." He got a big mouth.
He's like, "Come on, don't! You're about to kill this fucking kid." Oh, come on, he's 50 years old. You know what he was doing to the budget? Come on.
Dude, I gotta show love to the Wolverine variants at the beginning. Like Age of Apocalypse, just one-handed Wolverine, the Cavill Wolverine, the Burn. Costume Wolverine with the
Short King Wolverine.
We get the Hulk reflection in the claws. That was just like little bits like that, man. Like that little sequence was one of my favorites in the movie, just because it showed so much love to us.
Is what Steph was saying, like comic accurate Wolverine.
616 Wolverine, man. He went to the 616 real quick.
He's just being so disrespectful towards him. It's just so good.
Did you stick that landing? Yes, you did, you short king accurate.
Dude, it was so perfect, man. That was like, I was like, man, and that was at the front end of the movie. I was like, man, we're in for a treat here. You know what I mean? That was like, one of the indicators to me was
the Mark Silvestri cover.
Yeah,
yes, right.
Oh yeah.
And he just leaves his ass.
Are you okay?
It's nothing but red skulls on the ground. He's like, this doesn't feel good.
He leaves them.
Yeah, he just leaves them there.
Well, there was
I love the Gambit part where he's like, they're talking about what movie they were in. He's like, yeah, I don't even
Maybe
know
I
if
was
I was
born
ever
here.
born. You know, when I was ever, maybe I was
Like,
born
how
here.
long you been in the void? He's like, I feel like I've always been here. Dude, Gambit was cracking me the fuck up, dude. That moment he's like, I don't know who my daddy was, but I bet I shot out of his dick ready. And then he says something else, and he's like, I put it in my mama's oven, and then I came out, what's up, Doc? And I'm like, what the fuck?
That is my favorite cameo.
It's unreal.
Gambit, man, because first of all, I mean, how comic accurate was he? Like, he looked like he came straight out of X-Men 97. Like, it was insane.
He looked like he
And
came
then-
straight out of a comic book.
Yeah, and then he has this accent, like a New Orleans / French accent,
Yeah.
and he is just freaking killing it. And Deadpool goes, "Who's your voice coach? The Minions?" I didn't understand what the fuck he was saying. He was like, "Nope, I didn't get that one either." He was like translating for him, and I loved that we got to see Gambit in action with the cards. That shit
Actually
was
fucking some
fucking
shit up,
phenomenal. Yeah, with
Fucking
the
murking
staff.
people, bro. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I love
That
it.
He was
shit
just as
phenomenal.
deadly as he was in the animated series. That was fire. I love that.
Oh yeah.
It would have been dope if they squeezed in a line where he was like, remember the name, like from the animated series type shit. If he would have,
that would have been dope. That would have been dope. And I guess my favorite scene I would have to say is when they all got together as a team at the end. I love that team so much that I want to see them continue in some shape, form, or fashion, man. I love seeing, Deadpool, X-23, Gambit, Blade, Electra. That shit was fire, dude. I was like, wow, this team is awesome. But Nick, man, we didn't hear from you, my brother.
I like the X-23 stuff was great, I thought too, because like she had that moment with him in Logan, and she recognized instantly, like the cool thing was these people that we're seeing, like the Electra and the Blade and the Gambit and the X-23, they've seen these variants before. Like, this is not a new thing. They're like in that wasteland, right? So they've seen this stuff. But her interaction with Logan, she kind of stayed away, kept the distance, but she knows that Logan essentially is just broken character, right? That never thinks he's the hero, that never thinks that he's the guy that's going to step up and save the day and all this stuff. And she recognizes that. And there's that scene where he's sitting at the campfire and he's just downing a bottle, and she sits down next to him and she's trying to console him, and he's like, get the fuck away from me, because I don't even know who you are, essentially, right? And although she has this history, and I think when she's walking away, she's trying to convince him to join the team and stuff, and he's like, I'm not that guy, like that classic line that Wolverine throws out, and she returns with what, like, you never were, or something like that.
Yeah,
right? At the end of the day, you will jump on the grenade and save us, right? But right now you don't think you're worth a shit.
That scene Nick's talking about is like, there's a lot of like mirroring moments, like that mirrored the scene of when Logan was talking to X-23 when they get to that camp with all the kids, and he's like trying to tell her, I'm not who you think I am.
Exactly, yeah.
And then when she like cuts off Juggernaut's head, because what'd she do in fucking Logan when they first introduced her? She cut off that one dude's head and like tossed it to Pierce like a bowling ball. That was
Right.
it was a lot of
when she hostiles that motherfucker and he like cuts his Achilles.
Yeah, bro.
He just goes,
yeah.
Hostiles.
Shout out.
Hostiles is a verb. That's so great.
Shout out to Hugh Jackman. I gotta agree with Robbie.
Yeah.
This is one of his best performances. I mean, he was funny as hell. He was serious as hell, and he was badass in this movie, man.
dude.
Absolutely.
Farrell.
Trauma-filled too.
Yeah,
right?
just
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
just
They made
crazy,
Wolverine
crazy.
cry around a campfire, and none of us give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people would be like, Wolverine doesn't cry. This is fucking awesome. It worked so well,
It
dude.
was great.
I love when he was looking out for the rubbing alcohol so he could fucking drink that.
Dude, that's real shit. Man, I've got stories.
I used to work at a grocery store, so I know exactly what you're talking about. You'd be like, "Hey, man, there's a homeless guy in the fucking in the rubbing alcohol and mouthwash aisle. You got to go tell him to leave." I'm like, "I'm 17."
Getting people people being brought into the ER and stuff, and like searching them. Oh man.
So, what's your favorite spoiler that we said?
Oh, all of them. They're all the best.
What did you learn tonight?
probably like the
I
ass.
learned that I need to make more time for movies in my life. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, you do.
yeah.
Even I did it, bro. This is the first
Even-
movie
yeah.
I've seen since the pandemic. I haven't seen any movies after the pandemic. And the way people were talking about it online, I just felt like I was going to miss out big time, and I didn't want to get spoiled. Sorry, E. I'm going to say sorry, E.
No,
Lot in
I
this
love
tree.
spoilers. Like if I weren't here, I would be on Reddit looking for them. Like that, I'm already
I
that
feel
dude.
you.
So like, yeah,
I feel
don't
you.
even.
But
worry.
yeah, definitely
You
get
son
your ass to the theater. It is
Yeah.
a must watch in the movie theater. I will tell you, as a guy who hasn't seen a movie in 4 years in the theaters, must go, my brother. You must go.
So
Speaking
Fable,
of
was I
Italy.
right? Was that the one that you should go see? Because I remember telling you and Eric, you have to go see the.
Yeah,
This
you
the
were
one.
right, my brother. Hell yeah, absolutely. I tell anybody, man, hey, see it 2 times. Do a Verno. Everybody do a Verno, because I'm going to do a Verno.
Or
No,
3.
no,
Do a
3.
Herm. Drink some fucking
Wolverine has
Pepsi.
3 claws. You know what I mean? In his hand, 3 claws.
For the $2 billion.
I won't say how, but I've been watching it every day this week. But
Like,
Let's go, my boy.
That's a great point. Hang on a second.
That's my favorite line of the stream.
It's a very authentic version he has too, where people get up and like walk across.
There's clapping, all kinds of
Old school.
You know,
But let's see what our chat has to say about all of this. And of course, we started with Maria, and she said, "Gambit, yes, I am with you, sis."
So she was
Love
laughing
seeing
her
it.
ass off with that one, like you heard
Oh,
it because she was that loud.
Oh yeah.
funny.
You make sure
Our
they
brother
remember my
Sal.
name. You tell them what they did tonight.
He was great.
Sal in the building station. Sal, how are you? He said the theater popped off when Blade walked out. Absolutely.
They all went.
Absolutely,
No lie, I went. Robbie must have a heart on right now when he watched.
Oh, I did, dude. It was like
I
fucking
really thought of you.
very strong, man. Yeah. Stand up
Favorite
for a while.
scenes for me was the fight in the Honda Odyssey. There you go. As well as the end credit scene that tied into what happened to Johnny. Hell yeah, it was probably the funniest joke to me.
I like how he was letting his Boston accent show. As Johnny, you know, I don't think he did in the original role. He was letting it shine in this.
And I'd never heard the term cinnamon ring, and now that's going to be
So,
part
yeah.
of my vernacular.
Cinnamon ring. Oh my god, that was crazy. Sal said, "I wish X-23 was kept a secret, because I would have cried."
they
in the
ruined
theater.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because if that would have been her only cameo, I would have been pissed. But it was like she still was in the movie enough for you to warrant revealing that in the trailer. You know, especially a few days or a week before the movie comes out. It's like you might as well have saved it. You know. But I agree with that.
Oh yeah. Tom said that his favorite scene was the desecration of Logan's corpse dance sequence.
Oh my god.
So good. Dude,
I appreciate this
I tell
quality time.
anybody, if you watch the first 5 minutes of this movie and you don't have a smile on your face, you do not have a soul.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
you do not have a soul.
Yeah.
You're evil
It
demon.
was
That's
so
all.
good.
And
Bro,
I
In
think
Sync?
Sandra Nova was
Come
good
on.
too. Like I think nobody mentioned that.
Okay,
really,
Sandra
but
Nova,
Sandra Nova was pretty good. I liked her. I thought
Yeah.
she was.
Oh yeah, she
They,
was.
I have one gripe with that. Like I enjoyed her. I used to enjoy her performance, but I didn't like how it's like she came to terms with them. Send them on their way, and then it was like, oh no, I want to fuck. It's like you want to fuck up the universes now because of one certain sect of the TVA. Like take out the TVA. Don't. It's like I didn't understand the gripe.
That's 5 writers in a room, and then they go, "Oh fuck, we got to get them out of the void." Shit.
Well, they pissed her off. You know what I mean? The TVA, they had a deal. You know what
I think in
You,
the script, I think in
30
the script, Benedict Cumberbatch was in the script, right? And then he was like, "I'm not doing this stupid fucking movie." And then they're like, "Well, fuck, how do we get him out of the void? Let's just mention that she got this thing off Doctor Strange and sends him back, and then has a change of heart for some reason right after."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The plot's kind of iffy, but you can't deny the humor
It's
in this
fun.
movie.
Yeah.
is-
Our brothers, Kevin is in the building. Entropy and Comics Station. How are you, my brother? Hell yeah. Somebody wrote something here. Hold on. I wanted to get to it. Damn, I missed it. Well, I'll get back to it. SCG in the building station. How are you, SCG?
What up, bro?
Sal said Henry Cavill was quite the surprise too.
Yo,
Oh, yeah.
he was amazing, bro. But I've seen the fan edits, and I was like, okay, he looks cool, he looks fine. But Henry Cavill kind of had like Hugh Jackman, as great as he is as Wolverine, has like this softer side to him, you know. And Cavill kind of emulated the whole the cartoon, the bitter, like grouchy version of Wolverine, you know. Like I wouldn't have mind seeing him more as Wolverine. He would just leave.
Yeah.
You know, he did the fucking fist pump.
Yeah.
Oh, he does that, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Oh yeah. And Maria said,
Another great line. I'm sorry.
No, go
Another
for it.
great line. This is what happens when you have me on the show. Another great line is when he's like, yeah, Disney's gonna have him doing this till he's 90. Until you're 90.
Till you're 90.
I love that.
Maria, I saw this in 3D, and I have to agree. If you go see the NSYNC dance scene that we're all talking about, see that shit in 3D.
Yeah.
That shit is awesome in 3D.
In your face.
Did anybody catch they Wonder Woman Dead Earth that spot? Remember that during that scene he takes the Wonder Woman Dead Earth. I was like, holy shit, they did it. That was funny.
It's amazing, and I love how he used like the claws, like the forearms, and snapped it into place right there at the end. It was
when he bounces the fucking sword off the ground into the dude's mouth. Like,
Keep my fucking country's name out your mouth.
I heard almost the whole thing go.
My country's name out your fucking mouth. Also another great cameo. I'm sorry, was Matthew McConaughey as Cowboy.
There was a lot of
Deadpool.
F words.
Yo, that shocked me, bro.
That was
Bill
good.
That was awesome. Bobby said, I don't cry, but sometimes I get the
I love that Deadpool scene. That Deadpool scene where Wolverine's like, "Yo, I get to kill a lot of you. Let's do this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got Lady Deadpool up in there, which obviously is his wife, and he's like, "Hello, Liv." You know, he mentions his wife's name in it. That's what I love about it. He keeps doing stuff like that. You know, of course, the baby, it's his daughter.
Gossip Girl.
Oh! You reminded
Gossip
me.
Girl moment.
You reminded me. When Nice Pool
Gossip Girl
was like, when Nice Pool was like, I can gently tap the fourth wall too, and then he was like, the proposal.
Oh my god! And then Deadpool goes, "What the fuck just happened?"
Because he looked like a pretty boy, like Van Wilder. They mentioned his
Van
What do they call him? Van Milder or some shit like that?
Yeah, Van Wilder. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Look, he hadn't even seen the fucking movie. He's cracking.
He saw the movie. He saw the movie.
I saw the movie at this point.
He saw the movie. As a matter of fact, his imagination of what we're saying is probably better than the movie.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, the Horton's already at $3 billion. So
you got to see the Honda Odyssey fight alone. It's worth it.
Yeah. Eddie Runner is in the house. Station Eddie says, Station, smash that like button and go see Deadpool and Wolverine. Hell yeah, brother.
I will, Eddie. Jesus.
That was personally just for Eddie.
That was.
Oh man. All right, man.
Marvel,
to wrap this
Marvel
thing up,
Jesus,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
To wrap this thing up, Marvel Jesus, yeah. This question again. Everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel could jump in on this one. But did this movie save the MCU or / reinvigorate your whatever for the MCU?
Go ahead.
Reinvigorate is a good word. I'd say that's on the money. I never lost hope, but like nothing lasts forever. You know, nothing. There's always going to be a lull, even in a great reign or a down period. And this is what that is. It doesn't mean they can't come back out on top, or they just had to refigure out. I think it's obvious they didn't really have a game plan after Endgame, and I think like this whole multiverse thing it gave them a leeway to not really throw too much, overall structure and overall narrative to the MCU, because it's all multiverse. But I think in the meantime, they've been coming up with a game plan, and they needed this movie. I think it kept them afloat until Doomsday. I think Doomsday is really what's gonna seal the deal, is that people have given up on the MCU as a whole.
I just motherfucking agree. Let me tell you what.
Here we go.
This does not renew any faith in me in the MCU or anything because Deadpool's an outlier. This movie is not for MCU fans. I mean, it pokes fun at the MCU and that's fun, but this movie's for Deadpool fans. This movie is for Hugh Jackman Wolverine fans. This movie is for everybody who fondly remembers the Marvel movies before the MCU, including us. Another great line was like they go, Daredevil died. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And Jennifer Garner's like, oh.
Jennifer, yeah. That's okay.
So much shade, man.
But you don't. So I mean, the way certain movies in the MCU influence tonally, like Guardians of the Galaxy, certainly influenced tonally every other MCU movie going forward. I think that this is definitely, they've already been leading, like Guardians of the Galaxy dropped the F-bomb last year. Like they've been hinted, like I wouldn't be surprised if movies are more edgier. And you could say that it's been in the plan, but if not, then this was a movie that was a catalyst for that. Like, okay,
the audience, in the plan, right? But now Kevin Feige said Blade will be R-rated, but we all know that movie's never going to happen. Like, let's be honest, Mahershala Ali is like 10 days, I think, away from being
did Wesley Snipes secretly like shoot his way back into the MCU?
I would love an old man Blade fucking movie, right? And like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all know I've been going on this 5-year Blade plan is not a fucking bit, and it ends with like an old man Blade story where like it's him. It's like I Am Legend. It's a ripoff of I Am Legend, but with Blade, and that makes it even better. Okay, so anyway, like I like. So the thing is, this movie doesn't. What does this movie set up for the MCU? It doesn't set up fucking anything.
I think it does. I'll get into it in a minute.
Okay, well,
let's go.
Universal constants.
Oh,
exactly.
What, the fucking the anchor being and all that shit.
The anchor being.
That's bullshit. That's much more fucking bullshit.
No, it's the only way out.
This movie literally fucking says it. Ryan Reynolds goes, "It's been miss after miss. Can we stop with the fucking multiverse thing? Can we just stop with it and just go back to what
they're
makes
not going to
these movies
stop?
Great." I know they're not going to stop because they're going to take the fucking wrong lesson, and that's what they've been doing for 5 years, even longer than that, honestly. Because they never had a plan after Endgame, but who cares? That's a moot point at this point. What I'm saying is this is a great movie. That doesn't reflect on the MCU. This isn't Kevin Feige making a good movie. This is Kevin Feige allowing Ryan Reynolds to make the third Deadpool movie and to poke fun at the MCU while doing it. I don't think this is going to address any of the problems with the MCU because let me tell you something. We still got Thunderbolts coming, and I guarantee you that's going to be an underwhelming movie. Maybe they're going to be doing some changes. Yeah. I hope so. Here's the thing. I'm not an MCU hater. I want to love these movies. I want them to be cool. But what I hate seeing them do is die a slow death. Just like Guardians 3, Guardians, that's an outlier. You can watch all 3 of those Guardians movies and you're good. You don't have to have all the interconnectedness. With Deadpool, you need a little bit to know the references, but this was like one of the most like a Deadpool comic of the Deadpool movies because he's referencing continuity, right? There's some great bits in it, but I have hope for the MCU, but I don't think that this movie's success says anything. Just like Barbie and Oppenheimer and Mario, their success in theaters, it didn't make...
Okay, but it didn't move that hope needle just a smidge up?
No, not at all. Because we still got movies that were developed years ago, like Captain America, Brave World, New World, or whatever. I hope that movie's good. I think it will be fine. I think if you liked Falcon and Winter Soldier, you're going to like this movie. Thunderbolts, I think, is going to really be rough. And so, Fantastic Four, we'll see.
How would you pose to save the MCU at this point? Like, I personally think that the plan all along has always been to reset after Secret Wars, Hickman's storyline, obviously. Because there's no way you could integrate the X-Men and the Fantastic Four without shit being wonky at this point. They've established too much. So I think that's always been the goal.
You're right. It's what happened with the Ultimate Marvel Universe, right? Where it started off fresh and new, and then it kind of collapsed under its own weight. The MCU has done that. It's doing it. So I know we'll get into this, but maybe the Russos coming back and Robert Downey Jr. coming back to do Avengers Doomsday and then Secret Wars, and if they do a reboot and then start fresh, maybe that's a good last hurrah. Just like this movie was a great last. The best thing that Deadpool and Wolverine does is it's a send-off to the Fox.
To the Fox.
You know, and it treats it with respect while poking fun at it. That's what this movie does so well. Is it pokes fun at it, but it's not doing it in a non-loving way, right?
It does. And then I think in the end credits, it especially sent that message where it's like everybody's waiting for the next MCU twist or turn where it's just like really a love letter and a send off to that era.
Yeah. But honestly, Link, what I think needs to happen to save the MCU is just abandon everything, stop it right now, boom, it's done. And then start over with a Night Thrasher movie.
Well, and how you do the first part of that without the second part of it is they introduce, like I said before, they introduced the concept in this movie that we haven't seen before, which is that anchor being, right? So an anchor being, for those of you who haven't seen the movie, let's completely ruin everything. An anchor being is once that person in that whole universe is dead, Logan being the one in this particular instance, that timeline shrinks and decays into nothing, and it eventually goes away. So like you have to maintain that anchor being, or else your entire timeline of your existence is just gone. I think that's clearly has to be the direction we're going to be going in if we want to do a great reset across the board. Somebody who we're going to talk about soon probably knows this, and they probably know who the anchor beings are across all the timelines. What do you have to do? You have to use your technology and your will and your power to travel from multiverse to multiverse, right? Take out the anchor being, which then erases that entire timeline. You get exactly. Then you get the great merge right here, and you're going to take the best parts of whatever universe wants to survive, and you mix them together, right?
You're
and
right.
Then you have your reset right there.
No, you're right about that. The anchor being, and like the idea, like I hate that they call the Marvel Cinematic Universe the 616 as well as the comic book.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
But the fact that the 616, the TVA calls them the sacred timeline, if that one collapses, they all collapse.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense.
I gotta agree
just wish
with
it was
that.
happening over like the whole last phase and not just like
to your point, they got themselves in trouble, and they had to figure out what they wanted in this movie, and they're like, we have to reset. Well, Secret Wars is going to be your reset, but how do you get to Secret Wars, and how do you erase the things you don't like anymore? Well, we established in the biggest box office grossing film ever the methodology to get there.
This movie is a little bit more connected than I admitted.
Yeah,
well,
this movie probably sent every other project into a rewrite, into a, you know what I mean?
Retool.
Like anything, like you said, that was planned before. They have to capitalize off of this momentum. Seriously, I mean, and I think Nick is correct. I think they gave us an out. They gave us our Moira McTaggart. They gave us our, you know what I mean, our way out of this.
The problem, Fable, is that there's a Thunderbolts movie in the midst of that. There's an Ironheart series in the midst of that. There's a Wonder Man fucking show in the midst of that. Yeah, they're coming out.
They can shelf that shit if they want to.
Yo, what's wrong with Thunderbolts? Yeah. Like, why can't they just get a movie?
A bunch of Captain America wannabes. It's gonna suck.
But they got a good cast. It's not like anybody who's playing in those roles who's not.
They're gonna try to make that like a new Guardians on Earth, and I don't know. I hope it's good. I do.
Yeah,
I mean, I do agree.
Their big thing on San Diego Comic-Con, only David Harbour was willing to come out there. I'm just saying, like that says a lot. Like that says a lot.
Anybody else have to add to the? Did it reinvigorate your love for this this universe?
I certainly think it did.
Yeah, I think it did too. I think everybody was so negative towards the MCU. I think this enlightened a lot of people. There's always going to be those naysayers that's always going to hate. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you, Robbie.
Yeah, you are.
We had a couple Marvel books in the show last minute ago.
All right.
But I think it did. I think it helped it. It helped it out. So there you go.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everybody's going to be now looking forward to the next project, whatever it is. Whatever it drops, everybody's going to be like, okay, I'll pay attention just a little more. Not everybody, to varying degrees.
Well, I guess the next one is what? Captain America, right? And they do have some momentum there because people are really excited for Harrison Ford. So are you excited about the future of the MCU now after Deadpool and Wolverine?
Me? No. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so like, I guess the answer.
You haven't seen the movie,
no, right? So like, I would have seen the movie if my excitement level were like reinvigorated just by the notion of this movie. So
Now, Nick and Steph are right about the anchor beings and shit. So, I mean, yeah, I was probably a little harsh there. I'm sorry.
That notion, though, that's really interesting. So, are they going to basically say that Tony was the anchor for the?
Well, that was brought
timeline?
up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and are they going to use that level of decay as the excuse for a shitty phase 4 and 5? They're like, oh, it was just decaying. So, like, it was supposed to be.
Yeah, actually, that does fit in because the point is that, like, in the Fox universe cinematic,
They did that. They
Hugh
did
Jackman
that.
was the
that was a meta thing.
No, but
too,
they did that
like,
in Future Days of Past or whatever the hell. They created the whole new thing to erase X3 and everything in between. They wanted to create a new Fox, and now that didn't work out for them so well. Yeah. But they tried to like correct their mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, I am curious to see if they use the universal constant, the anchor beam. I mean, I think they will, but it was almost a very meta thing with them saying Wolverine was the anchor beam because it's like as soon as Logan happened, no one gave a shit about the Fox X-Men movies. That was like, people can see Deadpool too.
If Hugh's not in, no one gave a shit. Right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That. So it was like it could be.
That's the thing. Marvel feels like if Robert Downey Jr. is not in it, who gives a shit? And so they're banking on that. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. That's coming up.
Show.
That's coming up right now. No, that's
what a transition.
Right now.
There you go. That's a professional right there.
But let me just get to the chat. Maria said it definitely branched it into a different timeline. Tom said it reinvigorated the MCU. Eddie said it reinvigorated my interest anyways, except for Doom. We'll get into it, Eddie. We'll get into it. Dismay said this didn't save the MCU. This was a good buffer period for them to spend some time planning and course correcting. And like Link said, it gave time for that game plan. Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost I feel like Disney let the writers and actor strike happen just so they had a breather.
Yeah, like 6 months, guys. Yeah.
Bobby said Travis Kelce's going to save the MCU when he plays Super Pro. There you go. Eddie said it's setting up the Exiles. Interesting.
I would fucking love an Exiles movie.
Bro, if it was Blade, Electra, and Gambit and X-23, oh my god,
that bring them back.
We don't want Ironheart or Wonder Man. Give us the Exiles. That's what we want. That would be dope.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be retarded.
I can't stop thinking about that for them.
After her cake was flattened in X-Men 97.
I can say that on your channel, Fable, not mine. So that's fine.
They'll merge that universe we saw at the end of the Marvels, and there's the X-Men ? There you go.
Yeah.
So they did say that the X-Men we've seen at the end of the Marvels, like Beast and stuff, that is the same universe of Deadpool resides in, which I thought was a little interesting.
The 1005, is that what they called it? I think. I wonder what that number is. There's got to be a significance there, right?
Yeah, it's probably an issue number or something, or a release date.
It's under 616.
Bobby, we could say this on your show. I don't know if we could say this on my show. Hey, sis, Station, Christina Payne in the building. Station, what's up, Christina? How are you, man? Okay, Eddie Runner is already ahead of us. Let's get into it, guys. SDCC 2024 happened last Friday, the whole weekend, and there were many announcements, but I guess there was just one that superseded them all, man. Of course, they announced that the Russo brothers were coming to direct the next 2 Avengers movies, and let's not forget that one of them was renamed from Kang Dynasty to Doomsday, which, two big announcements right there. Russo brothers returning, new titles for these movies, effectively taking Jonathan Majors out of the equation, which I was a little sad to see. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought he could have did more, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
he's going to be Night Thrasher.
There you go.
No, come on. Can he skateboard? That's the thing I want to know.
But upon the Russos hitting the stage to announce these new Avengers movies, they also gave us a little spoiler of who was going to be in this movie and who is going to play the characters. Of course, we're talking about Dr. Doom, everybody knows. And Robert Downey Jr. comes on stage wearing a mask and takes it off and just shocks the freaking shit out of our entire world.
Broke the bro.
broke the internet, absolutely, because
Mm-hmm.
for a week and change, all I saw was Deadpool covers on my Instagram timeline. And I mean, I think I saw every goddamn Deadpool cover that was ever friggin' released. And as soon as that man took off his mask and did that move,
Dr.
that
Doom,
shit
Dr. Doom.
stopped
That
on
was
a
it.
dime. It was over. That talk was done. And somebody said, well, it's the latest news. Yeah, there was a lot of news out of SDCC, but this shit overshadowed that too. So, guys, this is the moment we've been waiting for, because of course, if you saw Rockin' Robbie live last Sunday, Robbie gave us his thoughts on our DJ playing it. They were controversial, I think, at that moment, but as the week has gone on, I've seen a lot of people reflecting Robbie's thoughts. But there was also a lot of excitement and love for RDJ coming back and being Doom equally. So I think it's like half and half here in our community. But I'm interested in everybody in the chats and everybody on my panel, of course. And again, anybody could set this thing off. RDJ as Dr. Doom? Question mark. What do you guys think?
I think it's brilliant. It's probably not idea, but it's what they need at this moment, especially it fits into the whole narrative of the multiversal thing. There depends on what angle they're going with it. Like, we don't know if he's going to be playing Doctor Doom outright, you know, and he's always under heavy prosthetics, or we don't know if he's going to be a Tony Stark variant, you know. If he's a Tony Stark variant, you could still have like cool story moments. Like, imagine the emotional impact of Peter or Doctor Strange or somebody thinking that's fucking Tony and it's really Doom, you know. It's what they need. I have said, like, when the time comes, all they need to get people really just asses in the sea or interest on their project, eyes on it, is one of the old guard back. And you know what they do? They bring back one of the old guard, fucking breaks the internet. For good or for worse, you know, for everyone who doesn't like it, they're still going to go see this movie. And that's all they need, you know? They can have people being doubters and thinking it's a terrible idea. They just need you to go see the movie, and then they can prove you wrong. Or not prove you wrong, you know? But I think it's a great move.
I think it's a shit move. I think it is the worst possible decision they could have made. Just to truncate my initial thoughts on that Rockin' Robbie Live. The way forward is never backwards. It never is. And the first wrong move was bringing back the Russo brothers. So the Russo brothers had tremendous success with Marvel, right? And Marvel's happy because of the Russos. The Russos are happy because of Marvel's. Then they split ways. They end the Marvel universe at Endgame. The problem was this wasn't baked into that concept. But here's the thing. They went off. They did their thing. It didn't work. Marvel did their thing. It didn't work. So, hey, let's get back together. How many times does this happen in your life or out there in the chat? You break up with someone. It's not working out. 6 months later, you're like, fuck, it's not working out for me. They're like, it's not working out for me. Y'all get back together. Guess what happens? It doesn't fucking work out. That's what happens. The way forward is never back.
How do you know this was part of the plan, though? Like, years ago, the Russo brothers had said they would love to come back and direct Secret Wars. Like, how do you know this wasn't in the plans for them to take a little break and come back and handle certain
because they
movies
quit the Marvel cash that brought Hugh Jackman back, that Deadpool even talked about, right? They forsook that because they thought that they could do their own thing, and it didn't work for them. It didn't work for Marvel. And now, I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's baked into the fucking plans, and maybe this is all part of the plan. And if it's part of a plan, they lost out on a lot of money over the last fucking 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can't even get a fucking Blade movie made, bruh. It's been 5 fucking years, and Marvel can't make a Blade movie. You know, you got Mia Goth, Mahershala Ali there.
We had how many new characters? They were moving forward. Nobody liked it, you know.
You're right. They were trying to, like, we can introduce these new characters and we can do what Marvel Now did, or Marvel Point One, or whatever the fuck it was. But it doesn't work, right? But here's the thing. I love the Russo brothers Marvel movies. I think they're great. Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, they're fucking amazing. I love those.
Yeah, those are top 5 Marvel movies.
I'm not talking shit about what they did at Marvel or what Marvel was doing at that time. Their talent or what Marvel was doing. Kevin Feige, right? But there was a point over the last 5 years where Feige had a lot of his leadership cut out from him. Remember that time they put him in charge of Star Wars? They split his focus, and then Ike Perlmutter like fucking put all these people between Kevin and everybody else so that Kevin wasn't making the actual decisions. And when Kevin got put back into that role, the first thing he did was like tell everybody, your Daredevil show sucks. Stop. We're going to start over, right? And so I think Kevin Feige is trying to right the track. So my initial thoughts were this, like, that's a bad move to go back and to the Russo brothers, to go back to Robert Downey Jr. What that screamed to me at the time was an act of desperation. Okay, it's not working. What can we do? What worked before? Oh, the Russo brothers have our biggest movies, and Robert Downey Jr. has been key to the MCU. So let's do that, right? So
but once again,
him back. Go ahead.
They tried even with Daredevil. He wanted to put his own stamp on Daredevil. Fans were like, no, we want a certain Daredevil. So he's giving the fans what they want. You know, he's trying to be original, move forward like you're talking about. It didn't have the best reaction. So now he's caving in and giving the people what they wanted from the jump.
100%.
Which is not moving forward. Them going and acknowledging Daredevil Blade, that's like moving backwards, right?
I feel like I'm that woman. I think she was like, I don't remember what country she's from. The shooter, she's got all this shit, ready to go. And Steph is that Turkish dude just coming up, just like boom. And we've all done that shit.
Well, I think the point is like they tried to do their own stuff and they tried to evolve past.
They did, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. So what? What do you do? Do you continue down that path and hope for the best, or do you pull some familiarity from the past and go forward?
Okay, so my initial thoughts were going backwards is not the way forward. Right? And Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark to everybody. He's not going to be Victor. No. Victor deserves more than that. That was my initial thoughts. And I was angry and I was drinking that night. And I knew that people wanted
it was an emotional weekend, man. That's all good.
That was my initial. No, I've had a week to think about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And the first thing I think during this week is we don't even have to see RDJ's face. He could be like you said, Steph, all in prosthetics, makeup, like. But here's the thing: if you really want to do Doctor Doom, we never see his fucking face. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not thinking that we're getting the origin of Doctor Doom. And if they do that, that's fine. But my fear is this: that this is not Victor Von Doom, but it's a Tony Stark variant that is Doctor Doom. But then they said, no, it's Victor Von Doom. And then like John Campea has been talking all week about like, oh, it could be like from a reality where
his parents,
like the Tony Stark's parents never left Latveria and they kept the family name and he's Victor Von Doom, right? As long as it's not Victor Van Dam or some bullshit like that.
Hey, Warren Ellis.
There's only one person that can play Victor Van Dam, and we all know who the fuck that guy is. But
it'd be great, actually, too.
And then tonight, like y'all talking about the anchor being and Tony Stark's importance and the breaking apart of that universe, I get that. That's fine. I get it. I'm not saying that Kevin doesn't know what he's doing. And in fact, y'all, like Steph and Nick in particular, have led me to really think, oh, y'all are right. They're doing this to like have a last hurrah. And if you're having a last hurrah, you acknowledge it doesn't work. Maybe the way forward is this. Have a last big fucking bombast. Bring back the Russos. Bring back RDJ. But don't do something cheap like bring back Tony, but have him play another character. How different would that be? Like he's playing the antithesis of that, right? That's cool.
Right.
For the MCU, that seems neat. You lead to Secret Wars, you reboot, and I hope you do great with your Night Thrasher movie. So you do that. But the one thing that still fucking does get to me is, like my man Stu over there, I don't know how you feel about this, but I am I know how you feel about this, but not how
his name is Dr. Doom's fan club.
I'm a huge Victor Von Doom fan, right? I'm a huge Victor Von Doom fan. He's my number one favorite character in all of fiction. Fuck Blade, fuck Dracula, fuck all those dudes, fuck Aquaman, fuck the Green Ranger, fuck Buffy. It's
What?
Dr. Doom.
Not Buffy.
I'm saying
I
those
used to
are my
like you. I
favorites.
used to.
Those are all my favorites, but Dr. Doom trumps all of them for me. Like Victor is my dude, and they have never done Doom right in cinema. They have never done him right in movies. Never. The closest they've gotten is Roger Corman's fucking movie, and how sad is that? But that's the closest
It's
that we've
either
ever
that or
gotten
like
to a true Doom.
animated, like Avengers, Mighty's Heroes. So like,
Yeah, but
when
live
he's taking
action
the
on the
Avengers.
big screen, no, they've
Right.
never gotten it
No.
right.
Right.
They've
Can I
never
say?
got-
Can I say my 2 cents on this whole thing?
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
I was a lot like you, Robbie, before the announcement was even made, because me and Nick and E and Brother Joe, we were on a video call. I think Herm was there too.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor was already out before the announcement came out.
Yeah.
And Nick brought it up in the chat. And I
Mhm.
had said, that's a bad move, because RDJ is not Dr. Doom. I don't see him as a good Dr. Doom as far as acting, acting or the way we think of RDJ, right? And plus his significance as Tony Stark. I think it would be a what do you call it? A disservice to that character, right? Because I also feel the same way about female Silver Surfer. I don't got a problem with a girl Silver Surfer, but I have never gotten the Silver Surfer the way I wanted him before we go down that road, right? So
No,
I was
they did
ready.
it right. They did Silver Surfer okay that last time.
Yeah, Doug
That
Jones.
one
Yeah.
character in that one stupid movie. They did.
It's
Right.
subjective.
So you
It's
guys-
subjective. It's subjective.
You guys' variance thing though, it's like Robbie. Yes, I know you're a big Fantastic Four fan. Yes, so how did you feel when John Krasinski, when Reed Richards appeared in the MCU in a Doctor Strange sequel as a variant?
I was cool with it. I was just so happy to see Reed actually be Reed in a fucking movie. That was great. But like the thing is,
But hold on, let me finish my thought here. Let me finish my thought. Now, the news came out and everything happened or whatever, and everybody started posting these infamous Iron Man. Is that what
Iron
I'm
Man.
hearing?
Mhm.
These are comics that came
That's what
out
people are leaning towards.
before I started collecting again. I've never heard of this
2017 or
infamous
18 or
Iron
something?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if that's what they're going to do, I got to give them props for going into modern comic books and pulling stories out of there rather than, going to the well of shit we've known already for years and years. And plus, we're in this multiverse of whatever the fuck we're in. So it might work.
But
So
that's Victor taking on the role of Iron Man.
that's not what they're doing.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But the fact is, there's a precedent that this is not just them making shit up. You know what I'm saying? There's a precedent there. So the fact that there's a precedent, I'm like, okay, we're pulling from certain shit that's a little more modern. So I dig that. So I'm a little more hopeful just based on that information alone. And I like RDJ. I mean, everybody likes RDJ. So I'm willing to give him a shot. But that's my take on it. I was actually going to turn to Stu because I know he's a huge Dr. Doom fan. But anybody else before Stu comes back, man? RDJ.
Oh no, I'm gonna say with they pulled modern stuff. I was thinking about that today because Dark Avengers came out like 2009, and by like 2013, that armor was appearing in the Iron Man 3. So there are certain things they will pull from modern comics. I think that's like the quickest from page to screen thing I can think of is the Iron Man armor. But yeah, no, it's a lot of people expect them to pull from like more classic run comes to these bigger event movies, and like you said, they're going with something more of a modern idea. So that might go over a few people's heads if they're only collect up to a certain era, only collect comics.
Right. Any of you guys, anybody else have any thoughts on the RDJ, man? What your feelings on it?
Herm, go ahead and then I'll jump in, bud.
Nah, I just thought when I heard the news, I guess because I don't have the attachment to Dr. Doom like most people do. So when I heard the news, first of all, I love Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a great actor. So I was like, if anybody could pull this off, it's him. He's a good actor, bro. Like, have you seen any of his other movies? And Robbie will know more of the movies. He watches more movies than me. But
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is good.
He's great, and he will pull it off. And if anybody has any doubts if anybody thinks and loves Tony Stark, he'll be like a Triple H in wrestling and make you hate him in these movies. That's how good he is. If anybody knows the wrestling, Brother John, I did that for you. Anybody knows wrestling knows when Triple H was at his best. When people started liking him and loving him, with his words, he would just turn that around and everybody start booing and hating and cursing them out and stuff like that in the arena. I think Tony Stark has that ability, and I think in his movies, and plus you're not going to see his full face. I don't think you are, because it's going to be distorted and what Doctor Doom is. I think he's going to nail it out of the park, and then Robbie will be eating his words. You know what I'm saying?
I hope I eat my words. My thing is, I think that this makes sense for the MCU to have Robert Downey Jr. make a heel turn, to do the big send-off. I think that I mean, all of it makes sense, but it is a disservice to me, to Victor Von Doom as a character,
Doom fan,
because he's separate from Tony.
Yeah,
there's a precedent, like you said, but you know what the bigger precedent is? Dr. Doom being fucking Victor Von Doom against Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four.
I feel it, brother.
I think it's going to work for the end of the MCU, and then a reboot possibly into Night Thrasher. I hope.
You don't think he's gonna be in the Fantastic Four movie?
He's gonna.
Oh yeah, he is going to be in it.
There's gonna be a cameo. It's gonna be like an end credit scene or something for sure.
No, that shit was confirmed. He's in there, and he's in the Avengers movies.
But what if they do it right? What if he does it right and he changes your mind? You know,
if they do that right and they change my mind, if they do that right and change my mind, it changes my mind. That's cool. The thing that I'm unnerved about right now.
Yeah, this is initial thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that I'm unnerved about right now is that it's not Victor, it's a Tony variant. And Victor is not a Tony variant. Like, Victor is Victor. Victor is a separate character from Tony, but I get why it would work for the MCU. I do. And I do think that their original idea was it was Kang. There's a precedent for that with Iron Lad, especially in the Ultimate Universe, right? There's that makes more sense. I think they just are putting Doom. They're just, what was Kang plans are now Doom plans. But RDJ, I mean, he's going to kill the role, I think, 100%. I think he's great, dude. Like, he's coming off an Academy Award winner, and the first thing he picks is Victor Von Doom. It's because he's making a shit ton of money. Like $100 mil per movie is what he's making, basically, for this. That's ridiculous. So I get it. I think it could be fine for the MCU, but for Doom fans, it's still not giving us the real Doom that we want.
That's just hard to please. I think it's just a Doom fan.
Hard to please?
This guy is so up in a pedestal. Oh my god!
We had homeboy from talking like he was talking through a Halloween mask, man. Like, come on, man. We've been waiting for a proper Doom now.
He wasn't too bad, Julian. He wasn't terrible. He was fine.
Oh, come on, let's do cookie.
Stu, what you got for us, Stu, man? I want to hear your thoughts, bro.
Like the way that homeboy
came across
when he was trying to talk, it was rough. Let me say this. I think what y'all touched upon already was, sorry, I'm being too loud. What I touched upon,
I pissed him off. Sorry, Stu. Sorry.
The household is mad at me, guys. What I touched upon already is what y'all said, man. I think I'm gonna have to find a way to be uncomfortable with this as a Doom fan, but be okay with this as the MCU fan. I feel like they could find a way to make this work as for the MCU, but I definitely feel like it's going to be lacking for me as a Doom fan, man. Because I feel like there's no way it's not going to be held hostage to the legacy of Tony Stark and everything that he's accomplished in the MCU. And then that way it kind of makes me sad. I wish we were kind of trending darker with Cillian Murphy or any other type of casting where it was like a Daniel Day-Lewis. Dude, Daniel Day-Lewis is Doom? Are you kidding me?
Jeez, I thought he was retired.
I think he is, bro. But I'm just saying. we could go a lot of different ways. At the same time, I think RDJ could bring a unique angle and nuance to this role and definitely make it work. I'm curious to see what they do, but I do agree. It like with what Robbie said on Sunday night, man. Despite his emotion, this does feel like a desperation play. I feel like they back the money truck up and they dump that bitch. Like, and you can say what you want, but you know they're riding off the high of Deadpool, which is not. I wouldn't necessarily consider that an MCU movie. And I feel like the writers and the team they had around that is not an MCU team. And I feel like they knew that was going to really click and connect with a lot of people, even with the Fox goodbyes they had in it. But I feel like their back is really up against the wall now. The positive, I think the positives coming out of this, the the MCU with the Fantastic Four movie. Everything I've seen from that looks great. The casting, the early previews, the direction we're going.
Well, we're gonna get into that one. Yeah,
Homeboy from It's Always Sunny. So I think that's great. That's going to land before this does, as well as going up against Superman. But dude, they got their work cut out for them because my problem is, who are these Avengers teams? And I talked about this on Supreme Clientele. Who is these Avenger teams that we're going to be invested in? Like, they built out the Avengers teams in these early stages with these movies. We had Thor and Cap, and we had time to relate and spend time and really like form some emotional anchors with these characters. And I feel like
they did say.
But dude, who are we? Like, who are you invested in moving forward? Like, who is going to turn into dust that's going to like break you? You know what I mean? Like, but they can't turn around. They can't turn around in 1 or 2 years and give me those type of moments like we had with Tom Holland.
Anthony
I'm just saying, bro. I just feel like the build up and the structure we had into the like with that first section of like MCU storytelling, where we're now here, like they're trying to like make so much happen in such a concentrated frame of time. I feel like it's just not gonna work, man. They did say that Doom was gonna be it's not gonna include everybody. Like, that's Secret Wars. This Doomsday is gonna be much smaller in scale. They did say, Kevin Feige's already said that it's not gonna include everybody in the MCU in this movie. Yeah,
he's lied before, bro.
I mean, he has, but I mean, it would reinforce Stu's point of who's going to be in the movie.
I feel what Stu's saying. I feel what y'all are saying. It's going to be hard to get us to care about a new team of Avengers, even if it's led by Anthony Mackie, because like we haven't had a connection to other characters really. Like Anthony Mackie, who's he leading? War Machine, White Widow. Like I don't know what that team's going to look like. But
Spider-Man, Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
one of them looks like Florence Pugh. So.
Yeah, Thor, we still got Thor up in the building. Yeah, no, I think it's I agree. Like Stu put it on the nail, right? He said, this is great for the MCU, maybe not so great for Doom fans, but don't worry, we'll get our Doom one day, right?
Man,
dude. All right, so I'm going to jump in because I got 2 hot takes here. And the first one is the absolute most important. With a dude whose name is Dr. Doom's fan club, was anyone else disappointed by I'm sorry, babe, I'll be quieter? I was absolutely anticipating Doom endures no silence.
Okay, yeah. Come, at least dude, I'd invite you. Like, come spend some time in this house and talk like that. I think
we know the real Doom in that household is all.
I guarantee you.
Yeah,
like, you'll be a little
Doom,
balder. I guarantee you that.
Doom is a spirit animal, you know. He wants to do that, but he can't. So that's why he loves Doom so much.
Doom has been tamed.
How dare you? How dare you? E?
No, second hot take though, and nobody's talking about this. Like RDJ coming back to the MCU, I am interested, but I'm not excited because I don't know what route they're going to take. I agree that I don't want him to be Victor Von Doom. I want him to be a Tony Stark variant. I think that's the most interesting way to continue that storyline. The Russo brothers coming back, they did the absolute best movies in the MCU. I'm all on board for them coming back, but nobody's talking about the secret. What crafted those movies? And it's the thing we bitch and moan and complain about all the time, which is, did they have a plan? Nobody's talking about Marcus and McFeely, the writers of Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and the people that plotted out what was going to be happening in the greater Infinity Saga. Are they coming back? Because if not, I'm not as excited about the Russo brothers coming back. If they are on board, if this is a package deal, you're bringing the crew back, then my excitement level is gonna raise up pretty significantly. But if you don't have a plan yet and you're just plug and play thinking this is gonna work, dude, it might not work as well as you think it's going to.
That's crazy. Were they the script/screenwriters on all those films?
On all those films, man. They were basically the architects for the things that tugged on our heartstrings.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nick, my brother, take us home with this thing, man. Any thoughts?
They announced they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. So I'm with you guys that I want Doom to have his proper place, and I want a unique casting for him, and I want it to be everything that we have been waiting for it to be. My hesitation is they announced him as Victor Von Doom. They didn't announce him as Tony Stark variant, and that kind of breaks my heart a little bit. He's gonna do a great job, but like there's a lot of interesting things they could do with this character because it will be a familiar face to the other characters and cast, right? So they can play into that a lot, especially if he's able to take that mask off and which Doom are we going to have, right? Is it more of an early stage one or whatever? You could do a lot with that, and you can pull on some heartstrings, and you can make that moment something, right? What I don't think they're going to do is they're going to not bring in a Tony Stark variant, and then they'll replace it with the actual Doom, the actual Victor Von Doom, because that's like the Kang thing they were about to do. Or maybe they'll just steal that Kang thing. We have all these Kangs, and one Kang is going to reign supreme, and he's going to take out the Council of Kangs. And then we're going to have the Kang Prime. It's like they might do that with Doom, but like I hope not, because that was kind of a dumb idea, I thought, initially. So I'm not looking forward to that. What I am looking forward to, though, is to see, and they've talked about this in other shows before, but like they're going to have a moment where they have to reconcile this Kang stuff. And are they going to Infinity War this with Thanos on the ship with the Asgardians, just beating the shit out of him and beating and humbling the Hulk? Are they going to have that moment with Doom standing on top of a pile of Kangs? Because you have to reconcile that somehow. And Doomsday is probably going to be that his rise to power. Like, why should we fear this guy? I think that's what that movie's going to be about. And you have to reconcile the Kang stuff in the meantime. Yeah. And what better way to do that than there?
Oh yeah.
Stu,
way to end cap it, my brother.
When we'll see Dr. Doom, it's like we saw a variant in Doctor Strange two years ago. So the movie comes out next year. There was like about 3-year time gap between that. So maybe about 3 years sent Tony Stark variant to when you'll see an actual Doom, maybe shorter, But in actuality, it wasn't too long after we saw Reed Richards variant that we saw another, the actual Reed of the 616.
That's true.
So,
however,
I don't.
My final thought here, Steph, would be, I think it's a great plan for the MCU, especially if it's like setting up the anchor being and like the way it ends, and if there's a Tony variant that's Doom instead of Kang. That's fine. Whatever. The problem is, this is going to be the Doctor Doom interpretation on cinema screens that's going to have the most eyes on it. And it's going to be a big deal because it's RDJ, and people are going to go watch this movie. It's going to make a lot of money. It's going to be a big deal. We'll see who the Avengers are, but it's going to be a big deal. And the way to make it a big deal is to bring back like variant versions of Captain America, have Chris Evans come back for a couple movies, like have Spider-Man, have all the Spider-Man, like throw it fucking all at the fucking window to do the big hurrah in the multiverse saga and then start over again. Probably not with Night Thrasher. I will succeed. The thing is, I don't want the majority of the fans out there to think of Doctor Doom as a Tony Stark variant. That's the thing. Like Victor is Victor, but you're right. We'll get there eventually, for sure.
I know your pain. That's why I hate Michael Bay. I get you, brother. I get you.
Right? Yeah. Abel's like,
this is what it feels like.
I've never had a good Transformers movie since '86.
Endure.
Yeah. So I know your pain, but yeah, that was a great discussion, guys. Let me just get to the chat real quick before we move on to one quick more tidbit here. Eddie said every person I've talked to about RDJ is like, but he's Iron Man, so that deflates a bit of my excitement. Okay. Dang, after hearing that, please scrap Thunderbolts and give us the Exiles. Hell yeah. Pocan Joe in the building. Station, what is up, Pocan Joe? Let me see. That infamous Iron Man comic really soared after that announcement. Absolutely. Excitement is initially set into pay. Synthetic panels in the building. Station, how are you? Eddie said, if it gets everybody back into the theater and excited again for Marvel and it works, I'm all for it. Yeah, I get that, man. The same could be said for Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards and the blow up that caused. Yeah, there was talk about that for sure.
mean, not really, though.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, there were people that wanted the other guy. I forgot his name. The one that got killed in the Multiverse of Madness.
Well, that kind of gives us our out real quick. If Krasinski can play Reed and so could Pascal, those are two completely different people playing the same person from different multiverses. So you could that could be your. It's a stupid out,
but
that's
that
your
Reed
out.
isn't a variant of fucking Steve Rogers. That's what I'm saying. That Reed is not a variant of Steve Rogers. Okay, I'm sorry.
Which we don't know what route they're going with, though.
Chris Evans
my
played
point.
Chris Evans played Captain America, and everybody's like, "But that's Johnny Storm for a while."
They loved him as Human Torch. Yeah.
Yeah, my
But
point
that
is
Johnny
So
Storm
he
is not a
changed their
variant
mind.
of Deadpool, man.
We don't know
Well,
yet.
Chris, that whole thing is Chris.
Robbie
with-
keeps coming
as
in like the
Captain
Walker,
America,
bro.
and that's the same thing as Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark, fucking Victor Von Doom variant. Same thing.
It's not, but whatever.
no, what I'm saying is you can have two physically different looking people playing the same character.
You're right.
That's
But
what.
but the thing is,
precedence there
but here's the thing: if that's the case, then cool. But if they make him a Tony Stark variant, which they didn't not confirm, a lot of people are saying,
Mhm.
"Well, no, they confirmed it's not a Tony Stark variant." That's not what they did. If it's a Tony variant, it's a disservice to Doom because the first time we see Doom should be Victor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's okay. It's okay. People talking about variants. They're
apologize.
talking about that it could be this demon in an armor. They do an Iron Man
That's
demon in
spec.
an armor.
Yeah,
Everything is spec.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
all of us Doom fans have a lot of hot books right now.
Dude,
Yeah,
oh
very-
my god! Shout out to
I
all,
just care
all the
about a
homies
good
with the
story.
FMS Iron Man runs.
The narrative, RDJ as Dr. Doom, I think will bring about a very intriguing narrative story. There's so many interesting things you can do with that. I'm down for it. Give the people what they want.
Are people still specking on Secret Wars, God Emperor Doom? Because I feel like that's the most logical choice to go
They
for.
should
Like
be not infamous Iron Man. They should be.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Not
like
infamous.
that's
It's
smart.
not even the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he has the ability to pull it off. I'm sorry if that was mean. I am new here and not being mean. Synthetic panels, hell no.
Yeah.
Say your thoughts, say your truth. We respect it all, man. We love different perspectives here at Pop Culture Philosophers.
good point.
and Plain Fable, brother. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get a new Warriors movie. I'm down with that, brother. I'm down with that.
Yo, this is
Doug
like in the
Jones.
new Warriors movie. You have it end exactly how Secret Civil War began, with them getting killed.
Doug
You know what I'm
Jones
saying?
wasn't
Cause
okay.
national
I
act-
agree.
Yeah. Yo, and wasn't why can't I think of his name? I just can't think of more. But Lawrence Fishburne, yes. God damn it, I just kept thinking of this. But yeah, wasn't he the voice of Silver Surfer in that one? Yeah, I
Lawrence
quite
Fishburne.
liked Silver Surfer's interpretation.
Michael is in the building. Station Michael, how are you? He said RDJ is back to show his face. All the heroes barely wear masks now anyway, but Doom always wears a mask. So hopefully the real one replaces RDJ later. There you go. These thinks there's another Doom on the horizon.
For that much money, you better show his face.
Yeah, absolutely, Bobby. Let everybody know. Everyone's entitled to their opinion on the Blame Fable show. Absolutely. We appreciate all angles on this thing.
We're saying the thing like he wants to be seen, but he was under heavy prosthetics to look like an old ass balding man in Oppenheimer. So it's not like he's really just, he wants to be seen in all his glory. Like he's not opposed to makeup, or looking not like himself.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Blame Fable tonight? Can we hear from Eric and Stu? Yeah, they gave their opinions, my friend. I was hoping to see Mole Man in the MCU. Yes, I like the silly. How many villains get their due? As a fan, Abomination, Leader, and MODOK were all lousy. Let's see. I'm just trying to get through these comments as quick as possible. Eric makes a good point. Without those same writers, Russo brothers coming back isn't as exciting.
Yeah,
he did make a great point.
They're given.
Good call on
right?
that, E.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I got good takes every once in a while.
Our brother Big Steve is in the building. Hip Hops and Me, Team Nerd Herd Podcast Station. Big Fable, Nick, Eric, Steph, Herm, Stu, and Robbie. Station chat.
Yeah, good to see
Hell
you.
yeah, my brother Big Steve. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's see. Infinity Gauntlet was okay. The next series, Infinity War, was the Heroes versus Evil doubles, which was just awful. I hope the MCU doesn't have a tons of doubles. I think it's too late, Michael. Be honest with you, man. We're already going down that path. Colin Station, what is going on, my brother? Hey, all happy Friday. Push the Doom books. It's about to turn. Oh yeah. Tom Cruise is Iron Man, RDJ as Doom, almost in the early 2000s. FF. Yeah, I like Tom Cruise as a Doom actually. I like that idea. But yeah, guys, let's move on to just one last quick tidbit. Of course, they announced they showed off a little bit of Fantastic Four at SDCC, and we know that Doom might make a cameo. We also know that Fantastic Four will be in the Avengers movies. That was confirmed recently. So not really on theories on what this thing is about, but just some based on what you saw, because it was like this leaked trailer kind of thing that they did for SDC. And they did a little title change as well, and they showed the Fantastic car. Is any of this stuff exciting you, man, with Fantastic Four? Are you getting more excited with the SDCC announcement reveals? Go ahead, Steph, said it all.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's Fantastic Four, the first family. It's them taking their shot at this beloved property. I'm a big fan of the director. I love It's Always Sunny, and he was a central writer-director in the earlier seasons. So I think that's going to translate well with the whole bickering family that, you know, they can tell they love each other, but they got to gripe against each other sometimes. I'm excited. Yeah, I think first step, I can see why people are bugged by the subtitling, but I think it's going to play into the whole 60s time period.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah. What do you think, guys? Any more or less excited for FF after some of the tidbits you saw at SDCC?
I'm the biggest Fantastic Four fan here.
There we go.
And I'm excited for the movie. I do think I love the cast. I think the cast is great. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see RDJ's first like little cameo post credits thing as Dr. Doom. I'm excited that they're doing this Fantastic Four movie. They showed some footage. I didn't watch the footage, but they haven't started filming the movie yet. So all that footage was just like kayfabe shit, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like whatever, but we know that we got Galactus. I hope that Galactus is just teased, because that's the thing is like Galactus is like a big threat. He could have been the thing set up after Thanos. Who cares? Maybe that's for like whatever comes after Secret Wars. Maybe there's like y'all said, maybe a reboot or a relaunch or whatever. But I just hope they don't shove Galactus into that first movie. But I'm excited for it. We'll see what happens. I think it's a great cast. The one thing that really bothered me about the San Diego fucking announcements about this movie is that it's called Fantastic Four First Steps. That is the dumbest title I've ever heard. It's so stupid. It should have been called Fantastic Four. But I get it. You've made a few movies that didn't work called Fantastic Four. But, you know, Steph just kind of hit it on the head. The movie maybe should have been called Fantastic Four First Family. First Steps, I get it. It's alluding to the moon landing and all that shit, but that's a dumbass title. It makes me feel like it's a Look Who's Talking reboot, but whatever. Go ahead.
First Family, I actually like that a lot. That would be very fitting. It's not too late for a title change, you know?
I agree. So. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Superman Legacy, by the way, the first Superman movie was a dumb idea. Then they were like, no, we're smarter than that. Superman.
But they can Rambo the hell out of this, man. We'll get Fantastic Four First Steps 2, just like first one.
Yeah,
there you go.
And then we get Fantastic Four, and then we get Fantastic Four, but it's the numeral 4.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then Fantastic Four Last Steps. So yeah, it sounds great.
Beautiful.
I was kind of taken back by Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby's, you know, banter. You know what I mean? Like they seem like they've really connected, and there's, you know, to the point where there's like rumors about possible relationships behind the scenes with them. You know, like it was incredible. Like their chemistry, and I mean you need that. You need that love-hate, you know, relationship with those two characters, depending on which part of the where they are in their story. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I love how they asked that.
I think
they asked Pascal, like, you know, what strikes you most about the Fantastic Four? It's like really the passion between Sue and Reed. It's like, what the fuck are these two on? Like,
he straight up thinks name
That's the trick.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
But I'm
They've been fucking, dude.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, maybe he's really Namor. Yeah, that's right.
I think they're just doing their job and being actors and selling this relationship like they're supposed to. The same way Robert Downey Jr. and everybody made it sound like Marvel was a party when they filmed these movies. You know, they're hired to
Dude, they're method actors, man. So they got to get down to it.
Yeah, but I didn't expect them to be like halfway making out like on the panels and stuff. Like that.
Vanessa, what's your favorite part about Pedro and the role? Like how good he looks in the suit. It's like, okay, yeah, these two are.
Watch interviews with him. He flirts with everybody, all his cast members, like Oscar Isaac. He'll flirt with anybody. Pedro Pascal's
Who wouldn't
naturally
flirt with Oscar Isaac, man? Come on.
I mean, I'm just saying he's a flirt with nature.
Just to put a cap on it, if anybody else got any thoughts, I would just say that I like the look of it. I like that whole like 60s, like when he's in the, the teaching room or whatever. It's like, hey, look, kids, it's science. And, that kind of like vibe. Like it's got this stylistic vibe that I dig. Like it's trying to be its own thing. And I like that. I like when it could be part of the MCU, but could also have its own identity. And I think they're trying to give it an identity. So I'm down for it, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yep.
Eddie said that he liked the Fantastic Car. We saw the Deadpool 3 more than the one they showed off at SDCC.
They used the bathtub, bro. They used the bathtub.
That's crazy.
No matter what they do, Dr. Doom would persevere. That's what me and him have in common. Hell yeah, Bobo.
There we go.
Doom and
Bobby
Doom,
also
bro.
said, au contraire, Robbie, I'm the biggest Fantastic Four fan here.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Let him know, Bobo. Let him know.
Okay.
The retro sci-fi feel looked dope. Yeah, that's what I mean. Hell yeah. Galactus destroys their reality, and Reed manages to send them to MCU verse to help them against him. Yeah, I mean it's all going to be connected, so we'll definitely see.
Oh yeah,
We'll
Galactus.
definitely
Well, they're gonna make Galactus like a multiversal threat or some shit like that, like they did in Ultimate Cataclysm or whatever. It's like, who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
All right, so there were a bunch of other stuff that came out, but we've already been at this for 2 hours, so we'd like to end the show with a little thing we call the blame.
Why don't I own this? Why don't I own this?
Should we tell them?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. The Blaming is a glorified show and tell. Basically, we call it the Blaming because you'll blame us for some of the stuff you'll see, and then you gotta just go hop on eBay and stuff and be like, "God damn it, Robbie, why did you show that Dr. Doom comic book that I've been trying to avoid for the last 2 weeks? Now I gotta go get it." But does anybody want to not be in the Blaming tonight? I'm gonna excuse myself because guys, I don't have anything with me. But anybody else want to step out of the Blaming for this session? All right. Oh shit! I didn't expect this. Oh, wow. Okay.
Be a 4-hour show
So
at this
shit. Nick, my co-host, man, kick us off, my brother.
Let's do it. So we had the Eisners just recently, and we also had people's in there. Okay. We also had the birthday of the late Ed Piscor. So Hip Hop Omnibus, Family Tree Omnibus won that category. And so, shout out and RIP for sure, Ed and family. Speaking of Eisners, we had a lot of other great winners as well. Daniel Warren Johnson on Transformers won, and we had Hassan win for lettering as well, doing an amazing job on Precious Metal. Nice. One of the best books out there. We covered it extensively on Best Comics of the Month for the July. Definitely check out that and pick that book up. Obviously, if you're not right now. Fable, to kind of like celebrate your last Blame Fable, you had your UK variant. This is my Spider-Man 45 UK price variant right there.
Wow, dude, that's
Spider-Man.
Awesome.
I picked this up at a comic swap. I may have shown this off before. I picked it up at a comic swap at my shop, and yeah, dude, I just picked that one up because it was really cool. Checking that one out.
Hell yeah.
And then stay topical. I got my Doom 3.75.
Yeah, there we go.
So got that right there, and I got the Fantastic Four, but the Doom one was cooler. And then, yeah.
That's been around the whole night, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. No, just in case you haven't seen it, it's really I gotta get closer. Yeah.
That's awesome,
That's the
dude.
blaming, dude. Yep. Thanks, man.
That is awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Eric, the stash, the rants. What do you got for us, man?
So I wish I would have grabbed some Doom books, but I'm going to go with an indie comic haul that I've gotten here. So we have a couple versions of Attaboy by Tony McMillan, who
Nice.
cross promotion. Stu and Nick and I had just interviewed him recently, so go make sure you check out the interview with him. Awesome creator, awesome book, super creative style here. Love this dude's work. I picked up another dude's work here who I just recently started following on IG. This is The Jump by Wesley Griffith. Super cool dude here. It's awesome crime story that's being self-published here. So this is an awesome read, but the best thing that I've gotten this week is been able to go back in time here and pick up not just one Jim Mahfood mini comic from the 90s, not just two.
Whoa.
Jeez.
But 3
Boy.
and the whole collection of 40-ounce comics minis.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Love these things. Great dude, by the way. If you get a chance to see him at a con, dude, fantastic guy. Awesome to chat with. And yeah, that's my haul.
Damn.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Round of applause on that
Just
one.
end the fucking show now, man. Like,
eBay.com, right?
My brother Stu, Dr.
I don't know about that.
Oh man! All right, first off, gotta shout out my boy Link. It made me go digging for this bad boy. Malieve doing Alex.
Okay.
Let's go.
I think it's the other way around. I think Rob aped off of Malieve, but
right. No, bro. Like if we're talking Iron Man and Doom, it gets no better than this two-parter.
Let's go.
That's right.
Let's go.
Like it's the best, man. They should make a limited series off of this story right here. Doom and Iron Man going back to Camelot together. And then since we're talking Tony McMillan, I got a piece of original art from the homie this week.
There it is.
Oh shit! Wow.
Tell me how I set you up, Stu.
Oh yeah, thank you, E.
That's badass.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Kind of looks like a Frank Miller Dr. Doom.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, it does.
I love his Frank Miller. Yeah, it's Frank Miller's all over his stuff. That's what I love about him. So yeah, shout out Tony. But
that's your blaming? That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Good job.
Big Herm Collectibles. What do you got for us today, brother?
Yeah, so Nick already showed it, but I have one too. You know what I'm saying?
What do you guys don't clean the insides of those things, god damn it, before you show
all that popcorn.
It's a little drippy.
I got that. Of course, I had to get I saw these, and my wife ended up getting them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
And then, of course, if I'm getting Wolverine, I gotta get Deadpool. Come on.
Nice.
But this one has that little Deadpool head, yeah.
That is fire. Hell yeah, they didn't have any of that shit at my theater.
I know, right?
Yo, the first night we went on launch day, so they still had. The next day we went, they were all gone.
Yep.
Wow.
Did you get the other one too?
What other one? Oh,
There
the
was
other one.
the skull pool or whatever.
The baby?
Yeah, they didn't
The
have
baby?
no more.
No. It was like that. What is that skull pool? I don't know.
Floating
What's
head.
it?
Head
The
pool.
floating head pool. They had a big head. They had a big
They had a
head
big
pool, too.
version of that guy right there.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
he was
That's
gone.
fire.
Gotcha.
That's fire.
Yeah. So keep on keeping on. I know Fable might like this one because we all love X-Men. But I saw this on Amazon. I had to get me a copy.
Yeah, dude.
A box with Storm in it. You know what I mean? I love me some X-Jet action here.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go.
I love
Oh,
how the
yeah.
packaging is slightly like an X. That's dope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
They tried.
They-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny? Amazon is getting lazy, and they're sending these just like this with the sticker on here instead of in a box.
Oh my
So
god.
Oh
front of
hell no.
sticky.
Oh no.
Hell no.
No.
They're starting
That's
to do
a
that with everything.
nah, man.
Yeah. So
If they do that with my
if you
Blu-rays, I'm quitting.
For
Send it
real.
back.
if you
Put that
get
shit in.
any presents for Christmas for anybody, and it's coming to your house, just make sure it's not nothing that because they've been doing that a lot, and it's just like there goes a surprise. You know what I mean? But
Wow.
keep on keeping on. I was in Jersey for a day. You know, sad reasons, but I don't want to talk about that here. But every time I'm anywhere, even with sad reason, whatever happens, I always gotta hit up a shop. And there was a shop in Jersey called the Joker's Child. So this is their bag, stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Okay,
Always
hell
got
yeah.
hit up a shop, and in that shop, I saw I love Margot Robbie, so I had to get this copy right here, this figure right here of her. You know what I mean? Because she is
Nice,
beautiful.
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it has all the other people there that built the shark guy there. So King Shark, there you go. I forget names once I go on live streams, but you know, now I want to get all the other guys so I could build King Shark. But
That's
maybe I'll
awesome.
do it one day, maybe I don't. But I had to pick
Oh
that up.
yeah.
And of course, I'm probably gonna leave the sticker on there, but I'll probably open her anyway because it has the name of the store on there, so it's pretty cool. I went into a Walmart with my wife, and I saw this. I was laughing. I couldn't. I had to get a Shackalicious gummy, and the gummies are Shaq. My wife's like, "What is that Shaq's face?"
Dude, they haven't had those since Rock and Jock basketball, right?
Yeah.
Are we getting a live taste test?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No live taste test today, but
Herm's like, I'm keeping them in the package with the sticker. That's what I'm doing.
And I was one quick live unboxing. So you thought it's been a while since I did one of these, so I'm not gonna
Making up for
Nick,
lost
don't
time.
fall asleep. You know what I mean? So,
Wait, I think I hear Nick snoring. Wake up, Nick.
wow. So I pulled up this whole box for this one smaller box, but you guys know this is already.
It's better than Amazon.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's way better.
Way better than Amazon. Yeah, Amazon would have just put the pop figure and a sticker on it. You know what I mean? But since we talked about the movie related, Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
Baby pool.
Oh yeah.
So we had to get ourselves a baby pool. You know what I mean?
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah. So the movie was great. Like we mentioned here, we talked over an
God,
hour
is he
on
still
it.
going on?
But
Just got back.
I got more stuff if you want me to keep going.
Jesus.
But that's about it. That's all the blaming right there for today.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah. You didn't
love it.
disappoint, my brother. You did not disappoint.
Those
Oh,
Shaq gummies won it over for me.
Shaq gummies. Yeah, let's go.
Rock and Jock. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, my brother, the missing Link. Oh, I have a feeling I know when Link's gonna show, but go ahead, brother. Let's go.
I got a few things, just small things. Birthday gifts I got from some people. My birthday was like a month ago, but I'm just now getting a chance to show them off. But big Daft Punk fan. Big fan of their movie Interstellar 555. It's like visual compilation to their Discovery album, which is really cool. But someone sent it to me on DVD, so I'm super proud of
nice.
that.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
It's hard
dude.
to come by. Segueing into the Deadpool and Wolverine talk, I also got this cool little
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty cool. She's pretty articulate, but can't really stand on her own. But it's still cool. Fucking X-23.
That's awesome.
I gotta rep my favorite Summers brother.
There you go.
Havoc, Glory, the best Summers brother. I mean, I do respect Cyclops. I respect Cyclops as well. One of my favorites, Zorn.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, it's not enough that he looks badass, right? The helmet comes off, and it is.
Did you do a Figgy Friday
Nice.
today at all? Because now I'm gonna get upset.
No, I was gonna reveal it here. I didn't want to spoil the surprise.
This is his Biggie Friday.
It's still technically Friday. He's got time.
He's got time, yeah.
I got some trades. This one was sent to me. This is these two by a special person, but they sent me
Nice. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Sweet.
Champions. Marvel's first mini event, I guess you want to call it. And then this is just a beautiful book, but
oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, those
that
collections are
Penguin.
great.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the Penguin edition, yeah.
that is freaking gorgeous, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
The pages are
Oh, the
gold
gilded. Oh,
tipped
Yep.
and shit.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous book. But yeah, that's my blaming.
That's a great blaming, my man. Hell yeah,
Great one.
man. Hell yeah. Let's go. That was awesome, dude. All right. Rockin' Robbie, man. Take it home for us tonight, my brother.
All right, I'll try my best, but you still got to go. So, I think this might be the first Wolverine figure, but there it is on card right there.
Oh.
Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
God
one of my
damn it.
favorite figures ever.
Love
also
that
makes me
figure.
wanna- it also makes me want to show up my Wolverine ring that I have.
You son of a gun. I used to always do that when I was a
That
kid.
goes
I
onto
rocked-
my Wolverine on the mutant cycle. Look at that. This was the coolest thing. He came with this ring for his mask. Oh my god, it was the coolest shit. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Link, while I put this shit on?
You son of a gun. I'm dead. God damn you, Robbie.
God damn it. Blame
There it
Robbie.
is.
Got him.
Wolverine on the mutant cycle from Toy Biz. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
This is obviously a comic book accurate fucking Wolverine like motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the first Wolverine figure. I know that this is the first Deadpool figure right there. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
dang.
you know who's going to take credit for the success of this Deadpool and Wolverine movie? Roy Thomas and Rob Liefeld. But anyway, Rob Liefeld did create Deadpool, so that's pretty fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
And this is for you, Fable,
Uh-oh.
because I just got these new VHSs. that I
Uh-oh.
thought you would really like.
Oh, dude. Yes. The
And that's
FHE.
some G1 Transformers
Oh,
with
yeah.
Cool.
the comic strips on the back. brother.
Yeah,
Come on.
boy. Yeah,
Wow.
boy. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, there's a third volume of this that I got to get. And the sad thing is, these things were super expensive back in the day when they first released. And I think it's only like one episode per VHS.
That is awesome.
But there's one more in this collection that I got to get. But man, how fucking dope is that?
I always used to look out for those FHE logos, the Family Home Entertainment logo.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, man.
Dude, and now I get to watch Transformers as it was originally intended in shitty ass standard definitions. That's what I got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, you're right, Bobby. Secret Wars is the first Wolverine figure. Well, fuck. Hold on, dude. Hold on, goddammit.
Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Let me put it back.
Oh, what?
Here is the first Wolverine figure that they've ever made. You're right. I totally forgot about this one. There you go.
Nice.
Boom.
No.
Fuck
shit.
you, Bobby.
Yep.
Bobby just flexed on you, bro. You try to say you were the biggest Fantastic Four fan. You set him off, bro.
Yeah, well, I
That's
get the Wolverine figure. Goddamn. I don't have the claws, though. I don't have the claws.
it. Oh, man. What a freaking great show, guys, man. That was amazing. That was awesome. I'm glad everybody came through tonight, gave us your thoughts on all the stuff we talked about. Everybody in the chat, you guys were amazing. This chat was rocking the whole entire time, guys, man. I couldn't have asked for a better show to come out of hiatus from, man. This was awesome, guys. So thank you. Thank you, everybody who joined us. real quick, going round table style. I'll start off with Nick. Nick, what you got coming up real quick?
Normal stuff, man. Weekly comic book review show on Saturdays. We got haul videos and new release videos, and like we've been plugging before, we have some interviews coming out soon, and we have some in the can already that you can check out on the channel with myself and Eric and Stu. And looking forward to doing some more top-down stuff. Got some of you guys involved with that, and can't wait to collab some more and do some more Blame Fable, man.
Oh yeah, my man Stu, what's coming up for you, my brother?
Yeah, guys, every Wednesday night on Dr. Doom's Fan Club, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Link and I breaking down are doing our weekly comic book breakdown show, both comics new and old. So check us out there. Other than that, like Nick said, check us out on the interviews, Blame Fable on Friday nights, Blood Splatter Chatter Thursday nights, PCP movie nights on Monday nights. So yeah, man, we're all over. Check us out.
All over, man.
Every night of the week, we got you covered.
Nah, I like that. We should make that a thing, a tagline. We're all over.
We've only been saying that for like 4 fucking years. So
Yeah, right?
Maybe one day we'll do it.
One day. Big Hearn, man. What do you got for us, my brother? What's coming up for you?
Well, me and Primetime Tom. We're
Yeah,
a
man.
little hiatus. We're a little hiatus. He's been busy. I've been busy. Summer, all that. You guys
Been
already
hanging,
know.
man.
It's
Oh,
my
yeah.
busiest time at work, so I really can't really prepare the show, and he's been doing his thing too. So we will be back in October. In October, it will be the return of the Amazing Collective Edition show. You know what I'm saying? So and bring back some that everybody's been wanting us to come back and stuff like that. So I guess when we come back, we'll do a few shows in a row to try to catch up to this current run that everybody hates. But we'll still do it. It's still fun.
I like your version better anyway, Big Herm. It's okay. Come back.
Exactly.
It's good. Yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah.
our new version is we make bad comics look good. You know what I'm saying? So
There you go. That's a tagline right there. I like that one.
Yeah. So Prime Time. I don't even know if he's on here anymore. He was in the chats, but we'll be
Yeah, he
back.
was hanging with us for sure, man. Primetime was in the building almost the whole night for sure, man. Hell yeah.
It's not over, but let's keep on keeping on. All you guys are awesome, and I watch all your shows. I might not say much in the chats these days because most of the time I watch it on the big screen. And you can't really type on the big screen. I try, but I'm not Mr. Fantastic, and it doesn't work on the big screen. So but that's it. Station guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Missing Link, man. What do you got coming up for us, man? Anything you want to plug?
I'm sure Stu told you about a little show called Sprint Clientele over at Dr. Doom's Fan Club. We just passionately talk about comics and pop culture, mostly comics. But just if you want to come over and sometimes we tell you we'll review some books and then we only really get through one of them, but it's still a great conversation. So,
That's another great
check it out.
tagline.
Yeah, I like your plug way better, bro.
We might not finish every book we tell you about, but you'll enjoy the conversation.
Oh yeah.
My favorite one was when you guys got the precious metal in the last like 3 minutes of the show, and you're like, guys, it's just like a really good book. You should just read it.
So precious. So
You had
precious.
like 40 slides ready to go. And it's like just
I
fucking.
looked at the clock. We were like 1:45. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna go.
I'm sitting here watching got 2x. Like, what do you think is good at this fucking book, man? Come on, let's go. Oh, the show's over.
God damn it. God damn it. 9-panel grid, my brother. What do you got coming up for us, man?
Ooh, I'm going to echo a lot of what's already been said here. Go check the rewind on Nick's channel here for our conversation with Tony McMillan, specifically going over Attaboy and some of his future stuff that's coming out here. Check the rewind on Supreme Clientele for their 1-year anniversary. If anyone's going to get a new 1-year anniversary, that harkens you watching it. So check that out. Check the monthly comic book review that we just came from here. Catch the rewind on that where we go over a ton of great comics.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's mostly about 90s MTV.
Most, right? That's the important thing. And then
You gotta say the award-winning monthly comic book.
right.
It's
That's
gotta
award-winning.
come with that. Yeah.
That's very true. Very
Well,
true.
Eric wasn't there when we were winning the awards, so that's why.
No, I got
Yeah,
it.
it's not my fuck that one.
He didn't see Deadpool. He's not there before the. Yeah, he's missing in action for a lot of shit.
But what's not missing on Monday mornings is my weekly comic book reviews that drop ready for you early in the morning. Get a cup of coffee, learn about some comics, have some fun.
Hell yeah, man. Remember, CBC Awards, guys, if you haven't voted, Best New Show,
right.
9-panel grid, man. Hell yeah. Hell
Best
yeah.
Best feet, Brother Joe.
Best feet, Brother Joe. Sorry, Robbie. Sorry, Robbie.
Best feet, I'm not going for. Don't worry
You're
about
not
it.
going for that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But speaking of Robbie, my brother, thanks for joining us. What do you got coming up, man?
Well,
you got a lot of shit coming up. So
speaking of the CBCAwards.org, everybody nominate one collection down Fable for community builder. That's what we fucking need too, right? Like, so yeah, Eric for best new channel, absolutely. I think you're a shoe-in motherfucker. I voted for you 9 times. Like, seriously.
One for each panel.
Right.
Exactly. But seriously,
go.
Fable for
There you
community builder, he really deserves the nod and the win. So everybody go do that for me right now. And while you're doing that, get ready for Horror Fest kicking off August 19th. We're kicking it off with the Paranormal Activity franchise on PCP Movie Night, August 19th, 8 p.m. Central Time. Super excited. We're talking about all 7 movies. I've only ever seen the first one. I just rewatched the first one and fucking loved it.
There you
Hear
go.
the sequels blow. So I'm very excited to talk
Very
about
shocked.
what happens there. So yeah, it's going to be great. Horror Fest, y'all. Get ready for it. Do your homework. Watch the Paranormal Activity franchise. They are on Max right
Yeah.
now.
Hell yeah.
Unpaid
Bro.
promotion.
Hell yeah. Bro.
Thank you for having me, Fable. I love you.
Love you, brother. Love you. Love all of you. Love everybody in the chat, man. We had a great chat. Like I said, a lot of people hung out with us mostly through the entire show. 2.5-hour show, man. What a comeback show. But we had some great stuff to talk about, so it deserved more than 2 hours for sure, man. And it was a great conversation, man. Of course, we're on hiatus, me and Nick. I think we may be coming back next week. I'm not 100% sure. I'm toying with maybe making this our final show instead of the one next week. I'm not sure. Depends on what happens this week. If the news is juicy enough, we might be here next
You're
Friday.
just like the MCU, Fable. You're like, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed that when we do come out to play, people come out to watch us, man.
And Robert Downey Jr. should be your first guest, right?
There you go. I can't end it any better than that, guys. That was perfect, man. So there's only one thing left to say. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. Station. Where's my goddamn brand?
Bye.
That peach, Memo go!